Who wants to give me a recap of what happened last week so that way Zaltu's caught up to speed? This is all entirely accurate. This is actually very accurate. I need you to understand.
Okay.
We returned to Monkey. We began to go deeper into our cave.
Nice.
to check in with the
lost fishermen
that were inside the
presumed to be inside. We saw tracks.
Yeah, presumed to be inside the witch's cave because we were warned by the Lady of the Lake. And as we moved and headed inside, we saw that there was sort of a lake inside here that had frozen over. There was a waterfall that we attempted to climb up, but Strawn just had to roll that solid natural one.
Kicked a chunk out of the ice, and then a water elemental just showed up.
Yeah, a water weird decided to break out of the ice.
Did his little dancey dance.
I summoned Sigarius with the lightning element, which turned out to be very lucky because for like one of the second times in the campaign, Chaos Bolt decided to jump and hit Sigarius.
Yeah, and did lightning damage, which it was immune to.
Yeah, which Sigarius was immune to because I picked lightning element.
Very convenient.
Yeah.
Lucked out, yeah.
Then we decided to move even deeper into the cave, coming across a seemingly open floor covered in snow and ice that had blood all across it. And when Strawn moved deeper in, they discovered the bones of a giant. A frost giant, specifically.
I hope a pattern here with Strawn.
Yeah. The frost giant.
It was under the ice, frozen.
Began to... the eyes lit up, and the frost giant skeleton attempted to break. We had approximately 2 turns to either sack up or get the fuck out of there.
And you know us, baby.
We chose the former.
Of course.
Indigo got into position, used his charm of animal conjuring, summoned 4 apes to surround the
position of the skeleton.
The skeleton, and just unleashed fucking hell.
Because it had to spend its full turn trying to break out of the ice, so it like was visible, but it was stuck. And so like all of the apes got their attack. Stigarius got an attack. My fireball started doing damage because he ended his turn within 5 feet.
Indigo got to beat the shit out of him, and here's the funny thing: vulnerable to bludgeoning damage.
These apes tore through.
These apes just in one turn, 8 multi-fist attack. Beat the shit, bloodied this frost giant skeleton. Just
how is a skeleton weak to bludgeoning damage?
All skeletons are vulnerable to bludgeoning damage.
How do you hold your bones together?
I mean, you don't normally. You've got like ligaments and shit.
Exactly. Pretty hard. They get kind of knocked around a bit. They're just fucking
you
speed
say that
bag.
about anything.
The bones are brittle, so it's just like any blunt force damage is doubled against it. Blah blah blah. D&D's
we
rules.
returned to Monkey between the mauls, the fist attacks, and the fire. Just beat the shit out of it. It did not last more than 1 turn.
If you ever decide to watch
that'll never happen.
Video, but we are legitimately laughing our asses off for like 5-10 minutes straight. So
I have it timestamped and saved. If you ever want it, it's literally the whole fight is less than 10 minutes. It's like a CR7 creature. The whole fight is less than 10 minutes.
It's great because the creature can one shot basically
5 of
any
it.
of you. Yeah.
5 minutes of it is us laughing. The whole fight is less than 10 minutes.
Did Strong roll 4 natural 20s in a row?
Yes.
Yes. That is a thing that
happens. That is impressive. That's like a 1 in
like 320,000 chance.
Yeah, that was mainly against the creeping hands.
Yeah, 1 in 160,000 chance. Pretty good.
moving further ahead was when Darkjack, our brilliant DM, then asked the question, how long do the monkeys last? To which the answer was an hour. So
we stomped through the cave system, just like pumping ourselves up, that Jack had to be like, guys, this part's supposed to be scary. Will you please just shut up and let me talk?
I don't know how to make this campaign scary anymore with monkeys.
So we did eventually, and it actually became physically impossible for me to control Indigo's token, Stegarius's token, and 4 apes. So I had to give up and inform Will that I was like, listen, all right, I'm going to say monkey, but I need you to bring all the tokens over here.
Very nice.
Yeah, and then we met with a young woman who was seemingly terrified.
Next to a cauldron.
Next to a cauldron that had floating bits of human flesh.
Next to a table, which had torn up.
Also
more human bits, yeah.
And then Aralia did a little dancey dance, started walking forward, did an insight check to try and catch the vibes, and she sus as fuck.
Meanwhile,
And
Strawn
fire bolted her in the
continued to
jaw.
eat stew.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Turned
Strong
into a
was lo-
sea hag at that point.
Everyone but one monkey passed the vibe check and was not frightened of her.
And,
Oh,
well,
man.
which sucks because the sea hag's main ability is to just, like, look at somebody that's terrified of her and instantly drop their health to 0. So that never happened.
We defeated her in combat.
You got hit, lost your monkeys.
I did. I got hit and dropped concentration on the monkeys, which
Unfortunate.
enraged me. But managed to take her health down low enough that she offered us a deal, treasure and the pot for her life. Very similar to a guy in the alley that I don't want to talk about anymore.
Seems.
And you know what? Indigo's trying to turn over a new leaf, trying to solve his problems without killing people. It hasn't been going the best in his life, but he's working on it. This is an option to get that done. So he said, all right, deal. And Strawn was like, you know what? I'll shake on it. Which is a terrible idea to do with the Fae, but Indigo said, that's your deal. You're Strawn, you do your shit.
Yeah, basically, as soon as that happened, a contract in the most exact sense possible for a sea hag had been made with Strawn specifically, and she even informed everybody that if you don't follow your end of the deal, Strawn will be weighted by the deal for the rest of their life. Which,
however,
everybody followed their end of the deal, though, so it never ended up being a thing.
Correct. And we were given 600 gold pieces and 4 gross hands that were obliterated.
Yeah, they were in the chest, started attacking us.
We then explored the rest of the cave.
I ate the hands.
Got a sick bedroll.
Oh yeah, and there was a bunch of carvings on the wall and stuff too.
Yeah, we learned that this cave was a place where frost giants used to go to essentially ritualistically kill themselves when the end of their lives was near.
Pretty cool.
Or for
pretty
fun.
Cool.
Cave backstory.
Yeah, sick cave.
Cave story.
New cave lore just dropped.
You guys should probably tell him about the cauldron as well.
Oh yeah, we have a cauldron that
What's it do?
we fill it with water and
Light a fire.
and it makes free food. We don't know
How are we carrying this?
Well,
Indigo is
it's-
carrying it.
Yeah,
Because it's Indigo.
Indigo buff.
It's a large, beefy boy cauldron. And we
the
got
cauldron
150 gold. We got
Yeah,
150 gold pieces.
Okay, yeah, you put 150 gold pieces on yourself because the hag said, like, wait for me at midnight, and I will drudge up from the depths of the water a chest full of coins. And true to her word, everybody waited for her. She did eventually do that.
Because, fun fact, hags, being fae, can't lie. They can be dicks, but they can't lie.
No, I'm pretty sure hags can lie, but she made a deal, right? So she's bound by the same rules, you know.
Yeah. Like when a deal's made, they can't like go back on their words. They can't like lie in the process of a deal.
Right.
But like, so they'll do it. They'll be dicks about it, but they'll do it. Like, as in, you know, there were 4 hands in there that tried to strangle us. But,
oh come on!
But we got them.
We all know that she knew that it wasn't gonna do anything to you guys.
Oh yeah,
Maybe
we almost fucking.
Maybe they were just trying to give you a handy after a long day.
They were not. Those things weren't going south for the winter. They were coming from the upper regions.
So that kind of brings us to what John has been doing all through this time. Basically, Skython, the guy that took the boat over here with you guys, so after the heartbeat attack was, and this is just like an excuse for why John wasn't there. So I'm just letting you know. Said that there was no way in hell he was taking the waters back and then coming back here again afterwards without some help. And you would essentially took in the opportunity to sell him boat insurance.
Excellent.
But you did it right back, like a few hours after you had left, basically to go to the drawing of the lots and then come back. Basically, you then had to wait until midnight, but for the hands to come up, and you were too far away at the time to help out with the hands that came out of the chest.
Of course.
So that just was a thing. Blah blah blah. That's pretty much where we left off. If you guys don't have anything left you want to do in the caves, because you guys had pretty much explored all of it, and I'll just say this flat out: you had gotten everything that was pretty much important in there.
That was important. What about the non-important stuff?
Wait, I want to go back and I want to recreate every marking on that wall.
Now we're good.
The full painting.
We're gone.
So guys, are you ready to explore that cave?
We actually already took care of it.
Yeah, you first.
We're going to head out.
Right.
Holding a giant pot.
After that, you guys had basically collected your massive chest of gold, the giant pot, put it on the boat. Skython's questioning about the pot a little bit. We'll get in that in just a moment. But other than that, you guys are currently you're currently taking off to head back down to the back to Easthaven. And that's pretty much where we're pretty much gonna put the map on now. But yeah, on your way there, Skython does look down like at the culture and is like, what's up with the pot?
Found it.
What's up with your questions?
I just listen. Am I supposed to just stay silent out here all this time? Like, are you guys not good conversationalists?
Look at me. I'm not a good conversationalist. They are.
Well, then I'm asking, what's up with the fucking
he gestures
pot?
to Aralia and Strawn. He's just like, they're the conversationalist. I'm not.
I can understand the chest full of gold that you got from a witch, but like, what's up with the pot?
Oh, we also got the pot from the witch.
Yes.
Okay, does it do anything? I don't like. Do you just like massive pots?
It's free food.
What?
We crave a substantial amount of pot.
If you put water in it, listen. I learned magic like a couple of days ago.
I'm sorry, we didn't ask you about where your boat came from. I don't want these questions, man.
What do you mean where the boat came from? You guys rented the boat. I got it from you.
Yeah, but where do you get the boat? And that's the problem, okay? You're always asking questions with me, and I'm gonna start like tearing up.
I'm
and,
a very curious person. I don't see why this is such a bad thing. I don't.
I'm gonna cry into Strawn's shoulder.
Speaking of
Listen,
which,
I would take my own boat out, but it is currently frozen in ice.
That does remind me of something. Scython, your boat, I don't normally put a lot of stock in the things weird people say while having, how do you say, conniption fit. But, I went to see a spirit channeler the other day, and he, was possessed by the Lady of the Lake, and they said something interesting about your boat.
What about my boat? What's wrong with my boat?
I think I want to help you get it out of the ice.
Good fucking luck, I guess. I don't. Do you have a massive heating thing? Do you have magic that heats entire ocean?
Yeah, kind of. Not the entire ocean, but parts of it. I have a dragon.
I have flaming spear.
I feel like they won't be enough.
I feel like it's worth
I don't think you understand exactly how much ice there is. There's a lot of ice. Like, look, he like points over at all the massive ice chunks you guys are passing by, and like the only unfrozen part of the entire lake. Like, it's like that, but a lot more.
I understand.
Big ice.
There's something else that she mentioned. She mentioned that you might have squatters.
What?
Invisible dwarves of some kind.
Invisible
Like
dwarves? That seems
like-
oddly reminiscent.
Like a Duragar? Why would the Duragar be up here on the surface? They all underground.
Why does
Well,
everyone assume the Duragar are invisible?
Yeah, as it comes to know, our people, this group specifically, has had a few run-in with the Duragar. They killed a good friend of ours.
Did he have
Well,
insurance?
let's not get hasty about good friends.
He did not have insurance.
A terrible loss.
Well,
Agreed.
I
I
suppose I'll
don't think
bring
he
it
knows
up
his
with...
credit information.
Are you saying that
that's
Duragar
really
are
better.
using my boat as a squatting house? Is that what... I don't understand. Like, they
No.
can't take it out onto the water.
No, I think they're hiding.
Okay, I
They
guess I'll
have-
tell the
I'm-
guards or something. I'm not going over there if you say that Duragar are there.
If you don't mind, I'd want to look into it.
It's not like I'm using it right now. Just don't break anything while you're there. That would be nice. It is my boat.
Understood.
I guess whatever you find, I would love to know about it.
Can we break their arms, though?
I don't
We can
care
break-
whose arms you
Yeah, we
break.
can break the Duragar.
Don't break the mast.
As long as we're clear on that part.
Yeah, I mean, if people are squatting on my boat, I would love to beat the shit out of them too. But I mean, I'm not messing with anything that comes out of the
I
Underdark.
like look at him up and down, but like, yes, I can see how that wouldn't really happen.
Look, he said he'd love to, not that he's able to.
Yes.
I'm not going to pretend that a part of my interest is not personally and spite motivated.
They could have an RGB lantern.
I mean,
That's a
looking
different
up,
count.
looking up and down at Skython, he does actually look rather well built, and he does arm himself. He's not like a pushover by any means. He's not a commoner, is what you get from just looking over him.
I mean, he's a sailor. Obviously, he's well built.
Yeah, he probably looks like he can carry himself. He does. I mean, obviously, running into where a bunch of Duragar have been laying low probably isn't the best idea, which is why
What?
he's like, I'm not just gonna go in there. Are you fucking kidding me? I'll tell the town guards.
Me
Let them
running
handle
into a bunch of Duragar seems fine by us.
Bad
Right.
experience. I lost a gnome friend once.
Yeah.
God damn it! What was his name?
I don't know. Too long. No.
All right.
I believe it was esophagus.
Esophagus.
But
I guess.
yeah.
What a day. All right. We are coming up
You're
here
dull.
now, and you guys do see that are approaching the a little bit of ice where like you have to start dragging the boat down to the rest of the docks, and that's pretty much what you guys spend the rest of your time doing. Takes a couple of hours, nothing too extraneous, but it does take some time. And you do eventually get to the docks where you can return the boat to its rightful owner. Now, you've already paid everybody for everything that has been done. It is, however, it should be noted that you guys have been awake for longer than like 24 hours by this point. Or, like,
I
about 24
believe
hours.
we should turn in the mission.
I
We'll
believe
storm
we
into
should go
wherever
to
that
bed.
cop
Actually,
is
I
hiding.
probably slept on the boat during the hours that it took to go back and forth.
Maybe you got some rest. I don't know whether or not you
Yeah.
took a long
No, not
rest,
much.
but you
But-
know.
we only short rested. We should probably long rest and then because I brought the pieces of the fisherman back. So
Excuse me, you brought what back?
I brought the pieces of the fisherman back.
Oh
we were
yeah, they
supposed to
found
let
the
them.
fisherman. Yeah.
Yeah, we were supposed to let them know what happened to the fisherman.
I mean, we will, I guess.
Yeah, that was our only order.
You know, I think in that entire recap that you gave me, you never actually mentioned.
Nah.
Oh yeah, the fishermen were the guys on the
Finished
table.
quest. It's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, by the way, we also finished the quest.
Oh,
The
Well,
yeah, the
Well, I
fishermen
mean, I
were the
believe
guys
it
on
was
the table.
implied.
Yeah.
we did have to talk about Monkey. That was more important.
Yeah, yeah.
I was more
Yeah.
focused on monkey.
I thought the fishermen were the monkeys. Sorry.
Do we have like an inn set up, or do we have to buy another night?
We would have to buy another night, probably at the White Lady.
But
Well,
yeah,
I
you
guess
could
I'm
still,
performing with my entertainer background.
of course, getting in contact with the person that had hired you, the town guard. You would probably just end up going to the town hall or something along those lines to try to get in contact with them.
We have her name, right?
Yeah, I have it written down here somewhere. I just need to draw it real fast.
We'll long rest first, right?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then we'll go asking around for her.
Captain Arlagath. Yeah,
Arlagath.
Arlagath.
I'll take my long rest.
Captain Imdra
Alright.
Arlagath. One second. I don't
Let me-
think she told you. Maybe she told you her full name. She did say she was captain of the guard, though.
How much for a night?
For a night at an inn like this, oh god, it must be expensive.
I don't know if you can afford it.
For just the lodging itself, probably a lot. Gonna be a lot like 5 silver each. I think is what we agreed on. It's a more
Yeah,
modest
certainly.
establishment, but it's still like a big town, big inn type deal.
I simply perform, so I don't use money.
Long rest.
Yeah, you're the old guy remembers you as like, oh yes, and you're able to. I don't think that was his exact accent, but
I believe it was a lady, but that's fine too.
it was. I thought it was a guy.
I thought it was an old lady.
Old guy.
It was an old guy or something. I'm sorry that my old guys sound like old ladies. My bad. But yeah,
I'm sorry,
you're
you
able to-
sound like an old lady.
You're able to perform if you would like.
got him.
Jeez, you're able to perform for the day if you want, like in stay and stuff like that.
For sure, for sure.
Hmm.
And then my pearls recharged. I'm good to go.
Are you? Yeah, I would have recharged by now. Yeah, because it's the new dawn. Are you guys taking a long rest though? Is my question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's gonna be 8 hours. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Sleeping
5,
away.
6, 7, 8. So it's getting close to around the time that twilight hits, if it hasn't already. But it's about that hour. of the
Twilight's
day.
been released for several years, Jack.
Please get
This
out of
guy.
Please get out of my campaign.
You invited him.
And into my fan fiction.
But yeah, so you guys had rested up at the inn and whatnot. You have regenerated your hit points by sleeping through the night, regained your abilities. You get the idea.
I got my spells.
Alright.
I'm thinking Aralia is gonna dip to the library while you guys turn that in.
Okay.
Libraries. There probably isn't necessarily. Well, it is one of the main towns. There's probably some sort of establishments like that. It'd probably be more. It depends on what you're looking for.
Maybe like a bookstore that I could hang out in. I'd have to research like fermenting process and spells.
You're probably gonna go to a few different places then. It's not like
That's fine.
we haven't quite hit the informational age where like all information is in one location, you know.
What? You guys
So-
don't have computers?
Give me an investigation check to try to find the locations in town that would be like providing books like that.
Oof, it's time to burn my favorite by the gods early.
Oh, never mind.
That's actually pretty good. Yeah, you're able to find the books around now. Like obviously, there's not really a printing press, so like books are still fairly expensive. So you are going to be paying something along the lines of like probably five gold for the books you require.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm willing to part ways with that.
All right.
Indigo
I'll
goes with.
I'll pay for it for you.
I mean, are you coming with me for books?
Yeah, well, it's books, man.
True.
Strong.
Indigo will then, I guess, go with John to turn in the quest.
Where have you been
Yeah,
keeping the body
I
parts?
did the quest.
Indigo's just been keeping it in his bag.
Just slumped away, wrapped up in a handkerchief so the things don't get bloody.
I mean, Indigo's a hunter and an outlander, so I assume he has like a place where he keeps like.
Oh yeah, the dead bag.
Well,
Yeah.
He has a
Dead
place where he normally keeps like animal
Where have you
body
been
parts that he
keeping? Where are you keeping the cauldron then?
On his fucking back.
You're like strapped like to the handles of it, just strapped some cloth to it, and they're holding it on
the
your back.
50 feet of hempen rope is just
Yeah.
used to tie it to your back.
Right.
Just walking
Okay.
around.
You're definitely getting some looks. People
can knock
like that.
people
You're
over.
not many people stay out in the cold very often, but the ones that do, you definitely get some looks as you like walk into places and stuff like that.
Privyet.
Alright.
Yeah.
I'm looking for your captain.
I need to speak to the guard.
Yes, we're here to return the dead people.
So you are.
They didn't know they were dead.
You are what's
You're
referred
leaking
to as
information.
jumping the gun.
Okay.
Cross
Well, I'm
So
sure I did.
you walk into the front of the town hall. Basically, in the small reception area, there's this like. There's this like the thin looking woman. Doesn't look like she's able to keep very warm by herself outside.
you
Almost
could easily kill her.
malnourished in a way. But she
Really?
she looks up and sees. I'm assuming John's with you as well.
Yeah, I'm there.
Yeah. So like a helmed individual as well as a Goliath with a giant cauldron on his back. Can I help you?
We need to speak to the guard captain regarding a mission she sent us on.
I will
When it-
be right back. She gets up and starts like hurrying, like looking over her shoulder at you guys as she scurries away. And eventually, like as you guys are waiting there for a few minutes, eventually, in fact, Captain Arligat does come in, and the same half-elven woman that you had recognized before steps in and is like, "Oh, it's." She like tells one of the guards that was coming with her to just like telling them to go away. They're not needed. It's like
Indigo's face reads that he's insulted at the number of guards she brought. Like she didn't bring enough. He's just like,
right. We can go somewhere else to talk. But what have you found?
Unfortunately,
Just dips his hand into his bag and
Yeah.
pulls out someone else's hand.
unfortunately, we have found the remains of the fisherman. There was
Yeah, they did.
There was a witch, a sea hag, in the caves to the north of town.
That's disappointing to hear.
It appears that the
Not one survived.
No, we didn't find a single survivor. Check the
No.
whole cave.
Your boy's weak.
We found their fishing gear, their boat. Seems as if they stopped for a drink before being lured into the cave.
That's. She just kind of like shakes her head a little bit. Did you bring back any of the remains?
Yeah.
I'm glad you asked.
Indigo will go in and he'll pull out. He'll go to reach for it and he goes, "Should I bring them out here?"
They can fit in your bag.
Apparently.
Yeah.
And
What's
she's
left
just
of
like,
them?
oh my god. And she like her head is just like in her like in one of her hands right now. It's just that's even more disturbing.
The sea hag had a nasty habit of what is word in, and he just begins cycling the word cannibalism in multiple different languages. Before
catches- She catches eventually. Yep. No, I got it. I got
okay,
it. I got it.
okay,
Okay.
all right.
I guess my only other question is.
Sorry, go on.
My only other question is, what the hell is on your back?
This
It's a
is-
cauldron. Has no one seen a cauldron before?
No, I've seen why do you have it on your back?
It was in the cave.
Have you not heard of a workout?
Where else is he going to put it?
It was
I just-
an
Do you
I
think
feel
I'm
like it
going
would-
to carry it?
It was
You
an
got it
item
from-
It was an item she was using for some kind of ritual. We are our town speaker in Good Mead. It does magic rituals. He's checking it over to make sure it's not cursed of some kind.
Gonna need a deception check from that one, buddy boy.
All right.
I
Wait,
would
did
help
we
you, but
lie?
I have no idea about
I
this.
did lie.
Wait, was that a lie?
That was a lie.
What part
It
of
was
that
a
was
lie.
a lie?
Because you are not going to Good Mead to check with your magic consultant to see if it has a curse. That is not what you're doing. That's pretty fucking good.
16!
That's a 16.
Suck my fucking dick, dude.
Suck my fucking dick, dude.
All right. I'm gonna roll something in private. I'm gonna roll 2 things in private. Don't worry about them.
Is it Rick?
No.
Never gonna get me.
I'm hilarious and original.
All right. She like looks it over and just like comes and like is very confused because the well, I mean, I guess, yeah. She's like, witches, whatever. I get it.
Witches be crazy, am I right?
Just
Which
don't
is
let-
Sorry, this is a bad she was a murderer.
if there's any bad juju about that, please, at the very least, stop carrying it around town.
There's a reason I haven't set it down.
How many deception checks do you want to make?
I'm assuming it's the same one.
It's the same. It's the
Yeah.
same one.
There is a reason why he didn't put it down.
Yeah. That's not a deception check.
Yeah. He didn't say what the reason was.
Yeah. Well, she like goes over to like the room where she set the guard aside. She's like, "Come here. Go to the church. Where it looks like we're going to be preparing a few more funerals today."
A few more.
Yeah.
Did many people die today? I mean, obviously
Well,
one
somebody
did, but
somebody died yesterday. Or
Right, of
somebody
course, yes.
or somebody is still, well, they've died by now.
Yeah.
okay, let's not go any further with that.
Right.
But what about the others?
Well, 4.
No, that was the only one. It was like preparing 4
Alright,
funerals
alright.
for the fishermen.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
It's
also
just when you said more funerals, I thought that already implied that the first part was plural. That
No.
was concerning.
No, there's just one other funeral that they've been
Indigo.
setting on. Well,
As
technically it's just
tastefully-
a memorial because the whole
Yeah.
point is that they just leave them on the. Well, anyway, they just leave it for the elements.
Indigo as tastefully as he can, because it's unfortunate that they were butchered beforehand. We'll bring out the remains, and he's just
The guard looks shocked. Captain Arlagath just has her hand in her head and is just like fingers on her nose, like pinching her nose. The attendant that's at the desk in this main area that you guys have been talking is now puking on the floor.
Yeah.
It is. Listen, it's. I wish that I could tell you that this is the first time I have seen something like this. My line of work has taken me to some dark place.
Meanwhile, Aralia and Strawn are at Barnes and Noble.
Yeah! They're just perusing fucking cold plays on the
Ooh,
background.
Twilight has a new release.
This one's from Edward's perspective, and we're over here
I
like
used to read this manga.
handing over the fucking remains. These people had families.
It's so great. It's so good. All right.
Horror.
Yeah. The guard just looks between the massive Goliath and like turns over to the captain. It's just go, and they go off. They find a bag, I guess, somewhere before they leave into like a public area of town.
Just dump a trash can out.
I was,
Just take the
yeah.
bag.
For what it's worth, I was hoping to return with better.
Well, I mean, technically you did.
I was hoping to return with good mead with these remains.
That one's not true.
It's
I needed
fine.
my magic assistant in Good Mead to examine this hand.
At least the hag won't be a problem anymore.
Of course, she's
No.
murdered. Dead.
No,
Fully destroyed.
no,
That
I
I will
would
need a
assume.
deception check.
no.
I
No,
would
that's-
assume.
that's
I
not-
wasn't actually
that's
there.
not- yeah, that's not what we say. Yeah, John has no idea. We didn't even tell John what we did yet.
Like John just like looks up to Indigo. It's like, yeah, because she's dead and murdered, right?
No. Indigo says, we've taken care of the problem. She is no longer in this area.
I feel like that implies something I'm not gonna like. But you essentially did what I have asked you to do, and that's... She's just like shaking her head. It's like, this isn't the worst thing that's happened. And it's just like, all right.
Is it not?
Yeah. Not the worst. No, unfortunately, no. This isn't the worst thing that's happened.
A red wizard of Fae murdered adventurers that had specifically helped him and our town in the past. So that was depressing. So it's not the worst.
Yeah,
but...
and by the fucking.
Oh yeah,
deal
did we
of
ever find out? Sorry, did we ever find out why that happened?
No,
he's dead.
He's dead now.
No, he's just gone.
When we got there, he was dead.
He was very adamant about not answering.
And no
those.
one would tell anyone of us why and what.
If you're that
curious,
about it, he never actually fessed up to why he had murdered them in the first place. The only thing we knew is that they were asked to help him with something. As soon as their usefulness was used up, he had killed them, and
that is incredibly suspicious. And you really shouldn't have executed him immediately.
They didn't execute him immediately.
We didn't execute him immediately.
He just didn't confess.
We knew all this when we asked already.
Listen,
don't you have anyone that practices magic? You can force people to say things.
No, they don't.
No,
people who practice magic are incredibly rare.
They are much more rare.
Adventuring dead.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. You guys are adventurers.
Yeah, the outliers.
We're rare.
You're a protagonist. Anyway,
yeah, you know how many protagonists are in this anime?
It's not it's not amazingly rare. Don't get me wrong, but it's not like the town has people that use magic that advanced.
You don't have
the Red Wizard of Fae.
No,
well, to be honest, the Red Wizard of Fae was
wizard was the one they had to light on fire.
No, not necessarily. No, that he had come out of town a few months ago. He had come to town a few months ago. So
yeah, it was the guys that he had killed that were helping the town already.
Listen, I know it's ghastly. If there was any other option, I would have chosen that one ahead, but I was outvoted, and a message needed to be delivered that we were not going to take this. It wasn't vindictive. It was to send a message to any would-be wizard or ritual, a necromancer, anything like that we are not going to take this in these trying times.
By these trying times, do you mean like the whole being frozen thing? Because that's been around a while. Okay.
I'm aware.
It's still trying.
I'm aware.
Yeah, it's still trying. Yeah.
But to assuage your fears, the sea hag is bound by certain laws. She cannot go back on certain things. She's gone from this area.
Listen, you seem to be talking about it with enough confidence. I'll take your word on it. I'll take the good news.
Oh, you're speaking with the manners of someone who is metagaming.
So
I'm starting to think you're not a real player.
Indigo's not metagaming. Indigo will fucking kill.
Indigo's not metagaming. The player is.
You have done as I asked, and I would love to reward you as much as I can. So
talk about getting that bag.
As our talks earlier, I do have that spell scroll and the bag of tricks that we have acquired from the Red Wizard.
The bag of tricks, please.
Give me a moment. And she saunters off to the back room as like the attendant that's just at the front desk is just like eyeing you like she's surprisingly like she doesn't know how to feel about this. Yeah, well, I mean that's already gone, but it's like that was pretty much she had thrown up just a moment ago. She's not sure how to feel about this entire situation.
So Indigo, tell me, you've been around in this area for a while, longer than me, presumably. My backstory is still a bit vague on that point. Is it common for large, dangerous creatures to be within, like, walking distance of most major settlements here?
No, that's...
Yes, absolutely.
I mean,
100%.
yes, It's the kind of thing that's only gotten worse since the Frostmaiden.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Because I'm just saying, like, there's a sea hag over here, basically right nearby. There was the other frost giants that were like on the doorstep of the town.
Yeah, Ten Towns has always been a dangerous place, but with the advent of the Frostmaiden, they've gotten bolder, and it feels like they've gotten more directed. But worth speaking, I actually come from not exactly here. I come from a little farther, the spine of the world, and he just sort of gestures.
Vaguely heard of it. Yeah, the giant spiny rock place.
Southeasternish, and he goes, Wormwood Crag about a bit, a clan around there.
I'm thinking of the feet, right? That lets you know what direction you're facing, no matter what.
You're thinking of Keen Mind, yeah.
Yeah, that's a feat, right? Yeah.
Keen Mind, yeah.
Whereas I, Indigo, am just sort of gesturing vaguely into the sky.
I couldn't remember if that was a part of the sage background or if that was the feat.
No,
there's a feat that Keen Mind that allows you to tell where north is at all times.
Yeah, amongst other things.
But Indigo goes, but frequently, with my past experience, I've had to go in and out of the spine of the world in 10 towns too.
I'd have to go in and out of Duggan's hole.
Yeah, in and out of 10 towns and the other places to deal with troublemakers and those who abandon the clan, act out among brethren, attack others.
I mean, to be perfectly honest, I really don't care at all about your culture or history.
Facts.
Wonderful. Thank you for cementing yourself as an asshole before you go into your next statement. It makes it so much easier to disregard what you're about to ask.
Exactly. Did the whole like freezing over thing happen like over a winter?
It was incredibly fast. It was that the Frostmaiden came down and everything changed.
Just to throw a few things out there, because this would be stuff that Indigo knows, and just to kind of make some corrections to know, it isn't necessarily that the freezing over happened overnight per se, but it was that the sun stopped appearing. Every time the sun was supposed to appear over the sky, it just didn't. And in replacement,
have you heard of clouds?
There's the massive aurora that goes over the sky. No, the day's pretty clear sometimes. And when you see it, it's just like there's twilight, then all of a sudden there isn't anymore. And that thing has just been happening for the last 2 years. The main consensus is that the Frostmaiden is the one at the center of it all, but it's mainly just conjecture as nobody has actual proof. Maybe you guys are closest to that because you have ran into somebody who has absolutely toted they
seemed quite convinced.
Frostmaiden. Yeah, they seem quite convinced themselves.
And Indigo believes it.
There's also that.
And Indigo's clan was very spiritual about it. They held a firm belief about it.
Is like this Frostmaiden lady? Is she like a deity of some kind? Was there like a shrine to her before?
Give me a religion check. Give me a religion check, John, because this is stuff that you would probably know.
Yes, as an insurance salesman.
Big booby girlfriend.
Well, you're also a cleric.
As a cleric and an acolyte, dummy.
What? No.
Religion, 14. Well, with the 14, there's some information that you would just know is flat out. So the Frostmaiden, the god of winter's wrath, is a cold god that has few followers in her own self, but she is basically a minor deity in charge of winter.
Cool.
Right. That's stuff that you would know. Of course, it seems off that a god would come down from the higher planes to be in a physical location and constantly throw it into a perpetual winter, though there are a few other things that you could think of that would have the massive amount of power required to do such a thing.
Sure. Except for a level 20 cleric.
Maybe. Who knows?
So I know about this, but my more specific question in this case to Indigo was like, if she is a deity, we are up north, regardless of whether or not it was always a frozen wasteland. is there any like existing places of worship for this deity that were there before this all started?
Would I know that if
There
if,
are
were there people who worshipped her before she showed up?
there's pantheons, right? So there are like churches that are devoted to the pantheons as well, and there might be a couple shrines there, but generally the worship for her specifically is not like, it's more so because she's part of the pantheon, because she's part, like, she's in control of winter and whatnot.
Yeah,
it's a good idea to pray to her, for those regards. But ultimately, there wasn't like major shrines, like humongous sects dedicated to her. There may have been a few, but other than that,
so nothing dedicated to her.
Humongous sects.
Yeah.
not necessarily in a major town or anything like that. Maybe druids. Druids would be the most likely to pray.
So Indigo will respond. He's just like, I mean, before all of this, when people spoke of her, they spoke of her in passing, like as in like, and the rest. You would say you would list gods, and then you would talk about the Frostmaiden. You would draw all of the gods, and then you would remember that she's there. There would be some druids that would focus on the Arctic, and they would, devote themselves to the Frostmaiden because it was important to them. And he gestures to sort of I assume, like, at this point in Easthaven, with how they do fucking sacrifices to her, like at this point in the town hall, there's got to be some kind of shrine to her here. He gestures.
Really. No.
Oh, interesting.
Not in the town hall. That'd probably be more so in a church somewhere. But
he gestures to like Easthaven, and he's like, but this sacrifices, drawn lots, prayer.
Well, of course, that's a little bit more modern.
There was nothing this specific, nothing this dedicated. There was no reason for her to.
Perhaps we should make our way down south to the to Candlekeep. They must have information on the subsect.
That's very far.
For clarification, we're playing in we're playing in a campaign there that I think I decided to make. No, I didn't decide it. It just so happens that like our timeline, our schedule on the map is happening, or on the calendar is happening basically like a couple of years before our adventure in Candlekeep, or something along those lines. So it's possible that like in an entirely different campaign, you could go south enough down the Candlekeep and like run into our characters there.
I will be your dad.
Please don't. Please don't, because that means you fucked a little goblin girl.
Don't reject my opinion, son.
Don't talk to your dad like that.
That's it, I'm pulling out.
Oh God, he ceasing to exist.
That's horrible. I forget exactly what the time distinction is. I think we're taking place a few years after our current adventure in Candlekeep, but it might. I forget exactly. I have to look at my notes. But just so everybody's clear on the joke.
Indigo is just like, it's hard to explain. I mean, most religion is.
Yes, religion's all quacks. It's.
No, I don't mean that it's quacks.
Cleric, by the way.
He's like, I don't mean that it's quacks. I just mean
it's okay. It's okay. I can say that. You say I bought piety insurance.
He's like, how do you explain it? How do you quantify and discuss worship?
Well, generally, I just cast hellish rebuke or something.
Your hellish rebuke does not come from your religion. Your hellish rebuke comes
normally.
Yeah.
Like Indigo, like in character, tells him that.
Yeah, you know that's not because of your religion.
Wait, really?
Yeah,
that's not in your insurance contract.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Do I have to tell you your religion?
To tell people to worship?
That lasts for a round.
Yeah, I mean,
people pay money for that.
Yeah. It's still useful.
Yeah.
We meet back up. Aralia's got tiny, like, round glasses. A learned man.
after you guys have had your conversation, a little bit afterwards, like the teller, like at the front, like the receptionist is just kind of like eyeing you a little bit, keeping an eye on you, not sure how to feel. But eventually the captain of the guard does come back. Aralia comes with a bag of tricks in her hands, holding out with both hands, basically giving a little bit of a bow, just a small, like, here you go.
Indigo will take it. I don't think
guys...
Indigo should be the one to hold on to it, but I will.
I can hold it for now.
Okay.
Yeah, Strawn and I do have a magic item already. So
I'll handle this.
Yeah, I already have a companion to control, so
plus 2 more summons of apes.
Yeah, so
yeah,
this feels
you
like a
can.
item.
Can I add this in
She says,
book, or,
you can't add it in D&D Beyond. But she says, I don't know how it works. That's not really my expertise, but I do know that it has some sort of magical ability around it.
Well, you should basically, on the 31st of October, you go trick or treat, and then you pour the bag upside down, and then something will happen.
Don't pour that upside down.
Don't pour it upside down.
Snakes just dumped into the kid's pillowcase.
Right.
We appreciate it.
But
you can add it there.
It's a gray bag of tricks.
Gray bag of tricks.
Yeah.
Well, I don't see color.
If there's no other business, if there's no other business here, then I will be on my way. I hope you all the best in your endeavors, and I do thank you from the bottom of my heart for helping out with this problem that we've been having.
Yeah, for giving you a hand.
I'm very glad you're not here.
She doesn't. Yeah, if you were there, she wouldn't have got the reference.
We're always willing to help in any way we can.
Yeah, that's just how we do it in Good Mead.
Indigo bows and leaves.
Yeah, what's a Good Mead?
Nothing. What's a good mead with you?
Pulling ourselves back, there is a dusty old shack, essentially, that has a bunch of books in it. Several times there has been posters on there that have said, "We are not selling books to be burnt," as firewood is not necessarily most widely available.
Hey, they purchased that book. That is their property. They can do what they want with it.
There is like essentially like an elderly librarian looking woman at the front who is very adamant that none of the books be mistreated, even though she's selling them. But you and Aralia and Strawn have been walking around, have basically found the books that they had done the investigation check for, and probably also bought them already. But is there anything else you guys are looking for or want to do?
I mean, for me personally, that was about it. I don't know if Strawn wanted to book us on something.
Do they have anything that is of the weird variety?
That would probably be weird in what way? Like some sort of grimoire or like a monster manual?
Think Dr. Seuss, but backwards.
What?
Yeah, what he said.
What?
I do not repeat myself. Do they have it?
No.
Can I use your computer? I want to check for myself.
I don't know. It really it depends on what you mean by weird, because you can mean a lot of things by weird. That's what weird means.
Do they have anything previously used in a criminal court case?
The book that gives off the weirdest vibes.
Well, you would have to go to the town hall for anything that's been used in a criminal court case. But if you're looking for anything that gives off some weird vibes, just on the outset, without making any sort of check, instantly any book that you currently own in your bag. But do it. I guess you can give me an investigation check if you're trying to look for anything that does give you a weird vibe.
Investigation or insight?
No. I guess insight would work in some regard. I have always used insight more for people, investigation for places and
it's
things.
Vibe checks, baby.
It's a living book. Insight check.
Found the the Meowmamamacon.
Oh my
trying
god,
to-
from
You mean the
fucking from
Necronomicon.
campaign 1?
Yeah.
When we were doing all those books.
Yeah, with a 19. You're looking on the shelves, and you ultimately don't see anything. Give me just a moment. Nothing that really sparks you as odd. There's stuff about agriculture. There's stuff about religion in some ways. Some books that are meant for entertainment purposes, stories and whatnot. But you do eventually come across a cart that seems to be used to carry all the heavy books to put them on the shelves for later. It seems like it's in fair disuse. Maybe it was just misplaced here. There's a couple books on it, but you notice underneath one book, just barely visible, there is something that almost gives off a strange aura.
Okay. I gotta take
Okay, let's move on.
It's Mein Kampf.
You leave.
Yeah, you have been added to a watch list.
Shoving the first book out of the way, you do come up with a book that is pure black in a lot of ways, but as the texture on it feels strange. It's almost like
Have you ever
scaly.
felt wet bread?
No, it's almost like scales.
I'm sorry, you beep booped. It's like what?
It's almost like scales is what you're feeling.
Okay.
So these black scales.
Like if you set something on it, it'll tell you how much it weighs.
And you're kind of like, as you pick it up, you could have swore for a moment you saw a trail come off the book from where it was placed.
Aw, it's lagging.
More like a trail of shadow.
Okay.
But you thought at first maybe it could have just been like some weird lighting in the room. It's not very well lit in here, especially this area.
Yeah, that's not lag, that's screen tear.
Yeah. And on the cover in Boston, like what appears to be gold, it says "In spite of shadows."
For fuck's sake. Get out of here.
What?
I've never heard of this book in my life.
Well, John has never heard of this book in his life. But that is what it is, an actual thing. It is slightly an inside joke, poke at Zaltu for the other campaign in Candlekeep, but it is actually there. It is a thing that is on the table, well, on the rack there.
Damn. I really thought that
If you would like,
Critias's book was unique.
but it says like by Critias Spite.
He's published. Motherfucker.
So, just to kind of give you a name, the book is called In Spite of Shadows with this weird spelling with a Y, and it's by Critias Spite. That spelling specifically.
More like the sprite of shadows.
Okay.
But it is very strange because the book in itself, like as you touch it, you almost feel like there's like almost a small cloak of shadow coming off of it. And as you kind of like investigate it more, the black leather that appears to be that it's bound in is in fact made out of some sort of large scale like thing. If you'd like to give me a Arcana check.
Killing it.
You would think, even with like an 11, you would think that this is definitely some sort of very large reptilian, and the immediate thought you have is dragon.
Okay. Is there anything written in it?
In the book itself, yes.
Yeah.
There
Dude,
appears, flipping through the pages, you see what it seems to be an anatomy of like anatomy diagrams of what appears to be dragons, and some of it even like specifically goes into details about even what the flesh of a shadow dragon tastes like. It seems to have a lot, very meticulous and down to detail about bone structure, magical composition, taste, smell, anything that would give any type of inkling about what appears to be shadow dragons specifically. Though there
Dude,
are
take
other,
the dragon book.
yeah, though there are
I need that.
Yeah, there is other things in the book, creatures that you don't recognize. But they all appear to be like these dark monstrous creatures, and even like there's even a section about what appears to be clones, but maybe not. More so, the book specifically refers to them as reflections.
It's really just when people are twins.
You would have to take more time to read through it properly to get more
Someone
information.
put
But this
too
is like
much
just
Kingdom
flipping,
Hearts.
just flipping
Right.
through it is what you kind of get about it. There is also
Aralia's gonna be like,
several.
"Hey, you ready to go?"
Yeah, there
So
is
you
also
just-
like there's also several passages that refer to the Shadowfell as well.
Sick nasty, dude.
How
Aralia's got his books. He's ready to bounce.
how dusty does this book look? Because
Um,
if it was on the unused cart for a while.
it probably was been there for a while. It's hard to say exactly how long.
But kind of dusty.
Yeah, kind of dusty. It was underneath another book that it itself was dusty, but it wasn't like cobwebs or anything like that.
Is the book that was on top dustier?
What?
Well, yeah, because it was collecting the dust before this book was.
Okay, I'm gonna
Yeah.
put
The
that
book,
book on
the
top
book-
of this book,
But
and I'm gonna go up to the man,
the woman, but yeah,
the woman.
yeah, the
God.
woman.
The shoe's on the other foot. Strong.
You're like trying to hide the purchase of this book by. It's like when you try to buy an M-rated game, but you're like trying to hide. You're not old enough.
You're
You're
trying,
just old.
to, you're trying to buy
M-rated
condoms.
game.
You're trying to buy condoms, and you're like, "Here's cat food and
It's
some
a birthday
gum."
card, I don't know.
And a birthday card. But it's awkward because now you got the birthday card that's like
And
you're
it's
the
like-
best aunt.
Yeah, it says like happy 5th birthday. I guess you weren't looking.
Yeah.
Sorry about your cat. With condoms.
So, from a bit of a distance,
Because I'm a murder that pussy.
God. All right, I'm sorry, Gerald. What are you trying to say?
So, like from a distance, I want to try and ask how much some of these older books are that have been here for a while.
I can't sell them. No one wants them. And you kind of looking through, a lot of them seem to be like trash tier love novels or like very, very niche specific books for like if you could actually do anything, like none of it like would help in the snow, right? With how cold the temperatures are here. Other than that,
Well, if no one wants them, what about 2 silver? A silver
she's
per
like
book?
looking. Are you gonna burn them?
Absolutely not, ma'am.
Give me a persuasion check. You might actually need a persuasion check. I know you're not lying, but
Guidance.
you're not enough time. You have to pray
Even
pray in front of
need
her.
it.
That's suspicious as fuck. But with the
I don't
22
care.
persuasion.
I'll have you know we had to fucking mute for a bit because we couldn't stop fucking laughing.
I was gonna say I could show her the several books that I have in my bag.
Right.
Oh yeah. And we did just purchase more books that we intended to read.
22 persuasion definitely clears it. It's just like 3 silver. Anything on that rack there?
Each?
No
or-
lower. Each. What do you... These things don't come off trees.
They
I
do.
mean,
They're booked.
technically speaking.
All right, I'll hand over the six silver for the 2 books that I'm holding.
Okay. Let me roll a perception check for her, just to see if she notices. No, not really. Well, unless you want to give me a stealth check to like try to hide the book underneath the other book.
Stealth or sleight of hand?
Sleight of hand would probably be more accurate, but that's a nat 20, so I don't give a shit anymore. So
It's
yeah, you're
a
able to
big
hide.
bonus.
Yeah, you're able to hide what appears to be a much more expensive looking book underneath it. And you plop it down. You like wave the shadow out of the way because it's definitely emanating off the book by this point.
Yeah.
And
I'm pretending it's the dust.
yeah, you give her the 6 silver, and she's like, "All right, but if I see those being burnt, My eyes on you.
Oh,
Okay, my
oh
eyes
no,
on
ma'am.
you.
I am an avid reader.
Knowledge is important, even in these
smoke.
times.
I absolutely agree.
Are you gonna loiter here all day? Get out of my shop.
As I was heading out, yeah.
All right. So you walk out with the Book of Shadows there.
You run right into fucking Indigo, who doesn't budge. Just poof.
Yeah, basically you and Aralia both.
You just ping pong off of fucking Indigo. He's just like, oh, there you are. I was looking for you. We turned in the mission. If you're
Turned into dead body parts.
she seemed about as perturbed by it as you'd expect.
He's just gonna like slowly take off his glasses and collapse them as he's like, I think I might have a plan, but it'll take more time.
For the body parts?
No, I don't care about that.
Valid. Oh, also, and he points at Strawn and then juts his thumb back at the cauldron and he goes, the story is that you are a resident magic expert and I need you to check this for curses if anyone asks.
Okay, any
Why
chance
would
I can
anyone ask
study
that?
I will.
Someone asked that once.
Well, yeah, when we were trying to get rid of it.
Nah. 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 Anyway.
Keeps going dead.
I also have a proposal. We have just come into money. What we could do
Is kill some Duragar.
well, obviously we're going to do that. That we're going to do that right after, or I guess before we do the other thing. I'm looking at these prices, or possible prices. We could get a dog sled and 2 sled dogs each.
Or you could
I
buy a
think it
bunch
would
of
be
back
cheaper in
seats.
Duggan's Hole.
Oh, that's true.
No, they wouldn't be. I
I'm
don't
just
think
saying.
No, they don't sell things at Duggan's Hole.
They really don't. It's not really.
No,
they
but
don't.
that's why you can just take
No.
them. It's
No,
cheaper.
they don't have things to take at Duggan's Hole.
I mean, it's a hole. I get it.
We buy things here, but that's what I'm saying. We could, and that would make us a much more effective movement force.
It literally only takes us like a day to get from place to place, though, at most. So that seems
Really,
like an unwise use of money.
It really just depends on how fast you need to get from place to place. That's all it meant. That's all.
Look, I'm a
It's
very
a-
laid-back insurance salesman.
It's a suggestion. No, you're not. You're extremely aggressive with your insurance sales.
You should see the other guy.
I don't like that line. Anyway,
None
it's
of
just
those
a thing.
context.
You should have seen how I legally bound that man.
It's a thing. We would move much faster, and considering that we have prior engagements at one spot of 10 towns, it would be helpful if we could get back and forth pretty quickly. And we do have the money to afford at least a dog sled and 2 sled dogs for each of us with this newer influx.
So just
does-
so you guys know, guys have finished the quest called Toil and Trouble. So you just need to complete one
Hell
more
yeah.
quest to level up to level 4, just so you guys are aware.
Correct.
It does eat up almost all of that money we made off the hag.
Not true. We would still have 30 gold pieces left over for
Compared to the 150, that is exactly what I had said.
No, we would
Now,
still
It
when
ate
I
up
when I
almost all.
said when I told you guys earlier about the price of a dog sled, that left out the price of the dogs.
correct. I'm also including
120 is the price of the sled dogs and dog sled required.
Right.
Yes.
My cat is meowing.
I can, however, haggle like a boss, like a demon,
try
one
that.
could say.
We can try for a group discount.
And to just point it
Yeah.
out, if you guys wanted individual mounts, axe beaks are also a very viable.
We
thing
could
as
try
well.
for individual mounts as well.
And Indigo, you would know what an axe beak looks like, because you've lived here basically all your life. They're pretty native to the area. Give me just a moment to find it. I do have a picture of what they look like.
Show me the axe beak, baby.
And that's essentially the size of a horse.
So it's a chocobo.
Pretty much.
It is.
It's a giant chicken with a beak that's shaped kind of like an axe.
How much is an axe beak, roughly?
50 gold. So about the same price as one sled dog.
Then we have to feed them.
Is that?
Ooh.
Yeah, you would have to feed them. Barding is also
but that's
something as well.
That's much cheaper, though.
It is much easier to feed axe beaks than it would be all the dogs.
Yeah, because we would have more dogs.
Are
But-
axe beaks carnivores or do they eat seeds?
Good question. You would probably get feed for them. Give me just a moment to. Well, anything. Well, they're a large creature, so they eat like 4 pounds of food a day, unlike a
Have you-
medium-sized creature which eats, 8 pounds of food a day.
Have you guys considered the fact that the dogs are cuter?
Actually, once I get Goodberry, I could just start feeding them, too.
We do
Well,
have
on
an
the go, I
infinite amount of food if we want.
You also have
Well, we
the
can't take that
cauldron,
cauldron with us.
Yeah, we can't. But if we leave the cauldron in Good Mead, we do lose that, though.
It
Well,
seems
then,
impractical to bring the cauldron with us.
It's
I actually.
infinite food. I can't imagine it's that impractical.
It's hard to carry everywhere.
It's a big old pot.
Actually, so the dog sled maneuver is more effective if we want to bring stuff with us. The axe beak is more effective if we want a cheap mobile force.
Well, how about
Our biggest
what we could do?
consideration is bringing the cauldron with us at this exact moment, as well as, I mean,
What we could do is each get ourselves an axe beak mount and then all together
Later.
put in for one sled dog combo to carry stuff.
Right.
or we
Cheaper overall.
get one good cart and tie all the axe beaks in the front.
So if 3 of us get axe beaks and then one of us gets a sled dog combo, then that works too.
I'll pilot sled dogs.
A sled can carry up to 360 pounds and has room in the back for one driver.
Yes.
Yes.
The dogs can push. I believe it's 360,
Yes.
which means that we would need 2 to compensate because we do not weigh 60 pounds.
Also, the dog sleds weigh 300 pounds.
Yes,
dog sled
we would have
itself.
to weigh 60 pounds in order
That's why we
to
need
make
2
it
sleds.
work.
Yeah, you would need like 2
So-
dogs. So that's something you could do.
Yes, which is the 120 that was originally. I mean, that's a pretty good idea.
So do you want the 2 dog sled?
How fast do the dogs move?
They use a wolf stat block.
Well,
Is that 50
to-
movement?
To
Otherwise, we're
kind of
lagging
help
behind.
you, to kind of help you out with this a little bit, many passages in the book where it's like, how long does it take to get from this town to this town? It says like it can have the time. If you have sled dogs and stuff like that, or like an axe beast.
Oh, I see.
Because you still wouldn't really, even in a sled, you wouldn't be able to go up and down certain kinds of hills. You would have to, kind of like waves, right? You'd have to take them straight on, otherwise you're just going to tip over. So you're still limited in your directioning. You're just going faster.
The axe beaks are technically faster by 10 feet.
But we would move at the speed of the slowest things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also keep in mind that like the sled dogs can must take a short. Yeah, it says here that sled dogs must take a short rest after pulling a sled for an hour, otherwise they gain a level of exhaustion. That's just the thing. Like most humanoid creatures are built for endurance, while dogs are mainly built for speed. Type deal. It's that same adage in real life where like humans are able to.
That does work for town to town travel too. Anyway.
Yeah.
So the total for the axe beaks, presuming that they come with saddles and we can get food,
You might have to
would
buy the
be-
saddles.
Well, if we have the sled dogs, then we can transport the cauldron, so we'll have food.
I suppose that's true. Yeah. We
Just
should
explain
still
why
buy
you-
feed because we plan to drop off the cauldron. No.
Yeah.
Maybe we
But-
shouldn't drop off the cauldron. It's a waste of money.
We plan to drop off the cauldron
It's-
for political
It's about
prowess.
helping our town.
about politics?
I do.
Strawn does.
So
The politician.
how much would the saddle affect the price of the axe beak?
Give me a
Is it
moment,
just
I'm
like
looking
a
it up right now.
naked axe beak?
Well, I think it depends on the saddle. Like there are exotic saddles, military saddles, pack saddles, and riding saddles. So you-
Obviously, we'd want
it-
saddle, right?
Well, I suppose if we have a sled.
Yeah, because if we have a sled, everything's
we
gonna
don't
go
need the
on the
pack
sled.
saddles, yeah.
We don't need the pack saddle.
Yeah.
So you're domestic.
We all have
Axbeak,
backpacks anyway, so.
Yeah, I
an
found
animal
it.
pulling a
On this.
carriage, cart, or a chariot, sled, or wagon can move weight up to 5 times the space carrying speed. Blah blah blah. Domestic Axbeak can wait. Oh, it can carry as much weight as a mule.
What
are
if
the mule's stats?
we-
Cool.
What if we get a dog sled and tie the axe beaks to it?
That's the question he's trying to figure out. He's trying to figure out how much an axe beak can move.
That's what I'm looking up.
Well, no,
I'm
no.
looking up what mules can really do, but
Well,
apparently they're not here on the player's handbook for some reason.
Alexa, how much can a mule carry?
I sent
What?
you something, Jack.
I don't know. Beast of burden. The mule is considered to be a large animal for the purposes of determining its carrying capacity. So basically,
250 pounds, according to Global Conglomerate 4.
So
Probably a
it
little bit
would
different
be-
in 5e, but
It would
yeah.
be 30 times its strength.
and its strength is 14.
So
That's
3
big.
times 14
12,
is 420.
5.
Or
400. Yeah.
420. So
Which
that's
is
more.
which is
Blaze,
blaze
is
it. It is more.
That's
See,
more.
it's
than-
perfect for carrying the pot.
If we
Shit, yeah.
You wanna
actually,
rephrase that?
Wait,
No.
an axe beak is objectively better than a sled dog in every way.
well, it's not cuter, and that's what I was
It's,
talking.
it's faster. It drags more. It's
Yeah.
An
I'm hearing you.
Axbeak
Add more dogs.
has 30 feet of movement, so it is slower than a dog.
wait. What are you talking about? Axe beak has 50.
It says 50 on the thingy.
Yeah, the stats of axe beak.
I might have fucked this a little bit. Give me a moment. Because I imported the stat block to the Foundry game. I guess I didn't change its speed. Hold on. Yeah, it's 50 feet of movement. I need to change that. But yeah.
They
So-
provide more meat in case you ever need to butcher them.
So we don't need the dog sled at all. We
Well,
just
we would
need
need
the
a
axe.
dog sled because
But it can carry the cauldron, no?
Its strength is 14, and if I remember correctly, carrying capacity for a large creature is like its strength score
Times
times
30.
certain times 30. Yeah. So yeah, quite a
Hence
lot.
the 420.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
we
so-
don't need the dog sled at all. If the
Well, it's just that
is
the
like
cauldron
50 pounds.
is bulky, so it's going to be
Yeah.
hard to physically place on the back of one along with the person.
Right.
So
And a
it's easier to
sled
have
is
a
20 pieces, so.
yeah.
I suppose, yeah.
And
I suppose.
it'll just be more convenient because also if we like find a wounded person, we can drag them on a sled.
I suppose.
So you guys want a sled and some dogs, or
Yeah, so no,
it's-
no dogs. We basically
sled
want
and
like,
these
4
birds.
axe beaks and a sled, right?
Yeah.
four axe beak? You want 4 axe beaks in a sled? Are you
Wait.
sure?
How many people can fit on an axe beak?
It's a large
Like
creature.
One. It's like a horse.
Big as
So
fuck.
one, maybe 2 people.
I can fit
if
2
you're
on a
small
horse.
enough. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but we have the money. Let's not overburden our beasts. Therefore,
Yeah, because
That's
also if you
true.
put 2 of them and like force them to go, you'll give them exhaustion.
I will ask you guys to keep track of the food for them. So that's up to you guys.
I'll be using my Outlander feature.
I
Every day.
like how there's an r/Rime of the Frostmaiden dog sleds versus axe
Dog
beak
sleds
pose.
are-
Dude, I was trying to talk about this whole fucking time.
Oh my! Have you
I
been
didn't even
talking?
know this.
I haven't been hearing you. Were you muted or something?
I don't know.
Dog sleds are better than axe beaks when you put more than 4 or 6 dogs in them. Less people in them. Nerf the axe beaks somewhat by forcing them to use exotic saddles or something like that when you need to carry large objects that won't fit a saddlebag. Axe beaks are better when you intend to go into combat as they're more maneuverable. When you go off track in a rocky or on a road or rocky cliff, a sled would not slide. If you're a single traveler, the upfront cost is much smaller, 64 versus at least 120. And when you're poor, as the upfront cost is much smaller. Drivers are light, which means it's mostly small creatures. Sure, they could mount a dog instead, but the price would be the same. In all, they're about the same unless you're doing something extreme like what the dog said. I don't exactly agree with this take. Did you forget to factor the amount that it would cost for stabling? I thought it said stabbing.
Yeah,
for stabbing them, it's quite expensive.
because you have to get way more dogs. Is the issue?
Yeah, and that's not like
It
financially
usually,
lucrative.
yeah, it usually costs money to find like stabling for an animal. So expenses would pretty much be
Stabling our animals. We just let our axe beaks free roam. If they eat your kid, whoops.
Watch them better.
Yeah. Not my job to parent your kid.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Fucking let's go buy an axe. Let's go buy an axe beak each, and let's go buy a fucking sled.
Sounds good.
All right.
Yeah.
You're gonna buy a sled, not a dog sled, though, right? Which makes more sense to me. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
Price, I think.
There is really no difference.
Is it just name?
Pretty much.
The difference is like a dog sled is intended to have like a single rider, whereas a sled is just
Sled is like Santa's sled. It's a sled.
It's not intended to really have like a rider.
It's just
The
an
rider
empty thing?
rides on the animal.
It's like an empty cart.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay, so you guys are
What's the
buying a
price
sled, which is 20 gold, and you're trying to find 4 axe beaks for 50 gold each. So you're trying to
Cool.
spend.
So we all spend 55 gold.
And I'm willing to haggle.
All right.
Do you want to haggle?
Oh,
Are you like,
let's-
okay? So are we...
I'm gonna haggle for sure.
Let's go find a fucking axe beak sled dealer.
Dealer.
Yeah,
So-
it's a car dealership,
Let's
right?
use criminal
Yeah.
contacts.
It's
to
like
get
a used
fix.
car dealership.
Yeah.
We look for the wacky inflatable arm man and
These axe beaks are rescue.
I summon 4 apes and look for the gorilla inflated guy. I use that.
Give me an investigation check. Everybody.
Everybody.
Everybody in the club give it.
Everybody.
+0, baby.
That's a
Let's
4.
close my foundry on accident.
That's also a
That's
4.
also a 4.
That's a 19.
That's a 19.
It's a
Are
9.
you
That's a
guys
6.
fucking serious?
Hey man, Aralia is spaced out. He's just assuming you know where you're going.
It's just Indigo.
It's doing that like
It's
searching thing where like you're trying your best, but you're like don't know what you're looking for necessarily. So you keep like circling around back to the friend that knows what they're doing. You're just kind of following them, giving them an extra set of eyes. You know,
Aralia's just reading the books over and over again, just like flipping through pages and occasionally looking up.
I never
I'm
really
trying to
thought
think
about
of civil liability insurance for axe
sorry,
beak
Gerald?
riders.
I never really thought about this, but the actual point in being proficient in something.
the point in being proficient
Sorry.
is that you can get your proficiency.
Yeah, you add your proficiency bonus to the skill.
Oh yeah,
So it boosts
Strawn
your
is
having a
proficient in investigation. Rolled a 7.
Yeah. Listen, all right. When you roll better, it's great. See how I'm
Higher-
proficient in investigation and I rolled a 19?
Now keep in mind,
It's super
the
helpful
higher
then.
the higher level you are, the more your proficiency bonus increases. But I mean,
Yeah,
Plus
see,
two
if
is
we were
nice.
if we were 2 levels higher, that would have been an 8.
I'm
Oh, the places you'll go.
I'm in a campaign where my athletics is plus 15.
oh
Like my
shit.
dude's jack.
Yeah, I'm running that campaign. It's interesting.
All right,
He's got
so-
a 20 strength.
Oh my god. So, Indigo, being the only one that knows how to track down anything ever, eventually does go to a part of town that does have somebody who is like trying, like somebody who keeps axe beaks is trying to sell them off because they are very useful animals in this climate. Their webbed feet make excellent traction for travel in the tundra. So there is somebody trying to sell axe beaks, and you can name a price. And
I'm
that
gonna guide
it's
myself.
gonna be 50 gold.
I'm gonna do a little shimmer shine as I guide myself, and I'm going to do my patented coin in hand flipping through my knuckles as I like put my elbow on the counter, and I'm like, all right, so we're looking for 4 axe beaks, and I'm willing to haggle with you.
It's not really a counter. You are kind of outside. You can see the axe beaks, but yeah,
And then I'm just leaning towards him.
right.
I hold up my hand so that he can lean on my arm.
I'm leaning on his arm.
Yeah.
also keep in mind you guys do have to buy the saddles yourself as well.
Well,
We can do that with the money we save.
No, do the thing that mom always tries to get whenever she goes to a car dealership. Try to get them to throw in the saddle.
Try to like gaslight them.
Yeah.
they don't sell saddles. They only have the axe beaks. They're farmers.
Son of a bitch. Okay.
You're not at a car
Well-
dealership. You're at a guy trying to sell birds.
That's fine.
Okay, so you give me like the guy's just like looking you up and down as you're like putting your elbow on an imaginary table. Give me a persuasion roll. He's got a piece of wheat in his mouth. The tip of it, where where it stems out, is all frozen with ice.
I saw it. It was a 20, and then it rolled off. Oh my god! I'm using my guidance and fuck.
You do have favored by the gods.
I'm gonna use it. What a better time than now.
So much to get like a mediocre number.
Yeah.
That's like a 16, right?
8
plus 1 plus 7. Yeah, 16. Yeah. So, I can do 45 gold each.
Does that count insurance or not? I mean, if you're not including insurance, that is going to be an extra cost for us. So maybe we can work something out in that regard.
Well, listen, insurance is your own.
I don't know.
I don't. What warranty? Listen, do you want to buy the birds or not?
What about a deal for buying in bulk?
Yeah. As we are trying to buy 4 instead of 1, I think you can do a little bit better than 45.
For the low price of, and he starts counting his fingers, like, what's 45 times 4?
I believe it's 30. I believe it's 30.
It's 100.
It's 30, sir.
That doesn't sound right at all.
It's 120.
Is that right?
No, it's not.
I don't want to do the math right now.
Look, if I can fool you, I can fool that guy.
The math is actually 180. However.
It's 180 gold total.
180.
Now, I don't mean to use this. And he's gonna like slick his hair back a little bit as he's like, we are associated with the town speaker of Good Mead, the key supplier of alcohol between 10 towns.
Listen,
and we could really use your help.
All right, look, 45 gold. I'll pay for mine. Thank you.
Deal. He takes the gold.
Perfect.
So you have bought an axe speak. You can add an axe speak to the extras menu on your D&D Beyond portfolio. Do you want to name your axe speak?
My axe speak is going to be named Liability. Is that in pet or mount, right?
It would be mount, yeah.
Axe speak. Add.
I don't know if you're going to get any farther than this, but I do have faith in you. So go at it.
I'm trying. You missed it. I rolled a 2.
I saw it. No, I came back and I saw it.
It was a 16 total, and I had to burn everything in my pockets to do it.
Yeah.
All right. I've made Liability. And I'm now going to give... It's going to be in the Summons tab. I'll change that to, like, Summons and Mounts as well. It's just in that folder. Let's see here. Zaltu ownership. There we go. Congratulations. You now own Liability.
Excellent.
What about everybody else?
I'm doing this.
Yeah.
I'm committed.
Indigo's still waiting. Indigo's got faith in Aralia to see how if
I flexed our political power.
He doesn't care.
Why would he?
I don't know. Like, it's Good Mead. This is Easthaven. He doesn't give a shit what happens at Good Mead.
If he doesn't care, I'll pay.
I'm removing 45 gold.
Yeah.
45 gold.
I pay.
All right.
I'm gonna name mine.
Me personally, I would choose to wait until like it feels right.
What's the name? Hold on. I know the name.
Oh, I'm glad you know it. Is it the one?
No. I have it, but I don't know how to spell it. And
what's it sound like, man?
It's like Kateryushka. That one Russian song.
No, I don't know it.
It's on Indigo's playlist.
Katyusha.
Katyusha.
Yeah, Katyusha.
You're
Alright,
gonna have to
post
send
you
me
the
that
Discord.
spelling because I'm not fucking good.
Yeah,
Katyusha. Oh, there's an A at the end of that.
yeah. There's an A at the end. Katyusha.
Katyusha.
I believe it
Alright.
translates to the woman in red. Because I'm imagining the axe beak that he gets like has red.
I mean, you
It's
can
like the
imagine
Crimson
that.
Loftwing from Skyward Sword.
Yeah.
You have the one red axe beak in the entirety of 10.
What about Strawn? Is Strawn just forking over 45 gold?
I go to count the coins. I
One.
only have 38.
What did you spend?
Lie to
money
him.
On? Oh,
Do it.
Will that be enough, sir?
Give me a persuasion check. Is that a lie?
You don't know.
what could you
It's just-
possibly spend all your money on between?
He
here and
spent 5
now?
gold on books.
Didn't you get 150 gold?
Yeah.
Oh man, I only got 37.
You were lying. Okay.
Oh,
He's lost another gold.
he's
That's so
lying.
tragic.
Oh man, man.
What a heartthrob. Am I right, dealer?
He's just like he looks at you and he looks at the XP. He's like, I can't go below 45.
What about if I throw in some silver and copper enough to make it like 40?
Bruh, just pay the man.
There's too many
This
failed
is
checks
sort of
here. I
becoming
don't want to
pathetic.
keep giving you
Yeah.
guys chances to persuade him more. You know.
Indigo's
So,
like,
like-
this, at a certain point, this is just pathetic.
I will give you 5 gold to make up for that 5 you don't have,
Yeah.
quote unquote, because you also spent 5 gold on his books. So
Do that. We
Yes,
got a deal.
if you sell this man that axe beak for 40 gold, I will make you a charitable donation of 5 gold, which on the
Yeah.
plus side is non-taxable.
yeah, you know how taxes are being a small business. You
Do
you look
that.
self-employed.
What?
Tell me, what's your tax return?
What
If you do that, we got a deal. All right.
All right, I'll hand over the 40.
All right. So somebody else is holding over the 5.
I put up the 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you are now
But
the
a high
proud
five.
owner of an axe beak.
I put up my hand. I didn't
Yeah.
say it would be gold.
Wrap some skin, brother.
It's gonna have to be gold.
Yeah, of course, of course.
Because at that point you can't just be like, oh wait, hold on, I found 5 extra gold in my pocket.
Yeah,
What?
I really do have to just come in and save it. I will ask him if he knows somewhere we can go for saddles. I assume they work in like a branded thing, like they have a contract together.
There's a general store in town. I don't
Is this a franchise or?
know what
Yeah.
franchise.
Is this big business? Because I don't do that.
I literally don't know what a big business is.
It's a
Text you later,
business,
man.
but
It's a business,
bigger.
but bigger.
I'm gonna roll an animal handling check to see how much my my axe beak likes.
I mean, it's trains.
I'm going to watch and see whether I should try and sell insurance to him because of how badly he's liked.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah, he seems to be fine.
You're good. You know, it's the axe
Indigo's
beak
a
takes
ranger.
a.
I would like it if my axe beak is all black.
So we don't do customizations.
Yeah, I
You
want
have
to
go
spray
a
paint
buy
it.
shop.
Can I get an anime waifu decal on the back?
An anime wife.
I
They don't
brought my
really
own. I
think-
just need you to put it on.
They don't really come in black because if they did, they would stand out too much to predators in the snow. So the ones that do come out
Like
black
for
are
me?
dead.
Yeah. Well,
But
this is a
that's-
farm.
It is
That's
a farm,
true.
so
That-
maybe
that just
there
means that
might be the
genetic-
black axe
that
beak
just
of
means-
the bunch, you know. But
Yeah, that means that genetic mutations. Are
give me
allowed
a
because-
D100 roll and roll high.
I've burned my favorite by the gods already.
You can't use it on a
wouldn't be able to
percentile.
use it for
You
this.
can't
Yeah.
use it on a percentile. Jack.
I know. Click clack.
I was taking a.
Jesus Christ! Holy shit!
How high do I have to roll? How high?
Not that
I
high,
make
but
it?
yeah. There is one black axe beak. It's just like, I mean, it's gonna get itself torn up by, like, you know, mountain lions or whatever. But like, whatever, dude, float your boat.
I want it.
Wait, there was a blab.
I'm sorry, you're gonna have to roll your own percentile.
Yeah, see if there are two.
Maybe it's a genetic thing. Roll for your axe beak.
Yeah, you just have to roll as good as they were
Well,
supposed
you
to.
do have to roll one higher in order to find out.
Strawn can also give me a percentile roll if they also want a black one, but I'm saying
I
like
mean,
it's
you
there.
just have
There's
to roll
already
as
very
good as they
lucky
were
that there was
supposed
one.
to. Yeah.
You know, where the chances have already upped, but like if you
Alright,
roll
ready?
99 again, I don't know.
Less than 30.
Hey! Hey!
It is feast or famine.
How is that high enough, DM?
No, there is no
Wait,
more
burn your
blackbirds.
inspiration. Burn your inspiration.
There is no way. It's a D100.
There are no blackbirds left.
There are no blackbirds left. There was one.
There's
They
a
paid.
crow on the side
I
of the
call the
pen.
dibs, bish.
You had to roll a fucking.
I'm sorry,
Oh
Strawn.
my
You're gonna have to get some paint or something if you want to make this one black.
You're gonna have to start your own
God.
farm.
Fucking Strong learns true polymorph for this shit.
Just to make it black.
All right, Indigo goes to look for a fucking leather shop.
That's not hard.
For
There's
the
a general.
second time in his life.
There's a
general
general.
store.
There's a general store that you can go to that would sell stuff like this, so that's perfectly fine. It was just like finding axe beaks is what I was looking for before. So you're looking for saddles. Now, pack saddles will be able to store stuff and items and whatnot.
Well, if we're gonna
bags
get a
for that.
sled, we don't
Yeah.
need that.
Right.
Just a riding saddle.
So just the exotic ones, please.
Well, I mean, I do want to point out that riding saddles are twice as expensive as pack saddles.
What the why?
I don't know why they
Wait,
are.
like, are
What
they
are
like
the what are the
sports?
benefits for riding saddles then?
Good question. It just says pack saddles 5 gold and riding saddles 10 gold. It doesn't go into.
Then let's get some
Hold
pack
on, are we
saddles.
getting a-
Hold on. A military saddle braces the rider, helping you keep your seat on an active mount in battle. It gives you advantage on checks to remain mounted. An exotic saddle is required for riding an aquatic or flying mounts. But that is the only thing it goes into when it comes to saddles.
So it's just if you're using it in combat, you have to get the special
a
one, just twice as
pack
expensive.
saddle-
one, though.
A pack saddle, I think what it is you can put stuff on a riding saddle. But a pack saddle is just like, you're not getting on them. It's just the pack that goes on them. There's no
there's no
riding.
saddle part of
Yeah,
it?
there's no actual
I
sitting
think that's what
part.
it is. Yeah, that's what I think it
we've
is.
been lied to.
So it is, yeah, riding saddle, 10 gold each bird.
You know what? You know what?
You going with military saddle?
I'll get the military saddle.
That's 20 gold. If you want
Yeah.
to, you can, by all means. If you plan to ride this thing into battle, by all means.
I just want to be covered.
All right, then yeah, you can get yourself a military saddle for 20 gold.
I do not like being hit, so I will plan to not get hit, and you only spend 10 gold.
The pack saddle, you can't ride it.
That's why I'm spending 10 gold and not 5.
So riding saddle. So you're spending 10 gold to get a riding
Yes,
saddle,
okay.
absolutely, by all means.
Same.
And I think we could in Foundry we can just go ahead and just put it. I don't know if we could just put items on NPCs. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we can. Hold on one second. Items SRD. I'm just looking over here. You fucking kidding me? Did I spell saddle wrong? No, I didn't.
SADDLE? I hope not.
I didn't. There's just isn't.
There's just no such thing as a saddle.
Yeah, not in the SRD. Hold on, maybe it's in the this one. Hold on. It might be. Yeah, it is. Okay, cool. I'm gonna go ahead and so Aralia, you purchased a regular riding saddle, which I
yes,
have.
Yes, they did. Sorry, they got up to use weapons.
Okay, then Kakusha. I don't know how to say that.
Got you.
Military saddle. I've put it in their inventory. You already did.
Yep.
I just
Beat you
realized
to
that. What about John? What is John? What type of saddle is
I
John?
bought one. A riding saddle.
A riding saddle? Okay. Then what about Strawn? And also Strawn, what are you naming your axe beak?
No idea yet.
All right. Well, I'll keep it as axe beak for now. What type of saddle are you buying?
I can tame this beast. I can go bareback.
Oh my god.
Not recommended. I might give you disadvantage on all checks to ride it.
Yeah.
Maybe just invest in a pillow. Use the spare bedroll and tie it around its waist.
How do you not have gold? You have a lot of money. I saw it.
No, he has a lot of money. He just doesn't want to use it.
What else are you gonna spend it on?
Yeah, do you want me to buy you a fucking saddle?
I have 180 gold.
Yeah, are you being that fucking stingy right now? Because
To be fair, he did the same thing with Lucian. So
I'm saving for a fucking breastplate, which is 400 gold, and I bought a military saddle. Like, why are you like this right now? Just get a fucking saddle.
I'll buy the
10
saddle.
gold. Okay. A riding saddle, 10
Like,
gold.
come on.
We just gotta bully them into it.
Yeah, like, just,
Now
No,
you guys
I
were
removed the gold a while ago.
okay. Fuck you. You guys are also you guys also wanted to buy a sled, right? Now that's gonna take an investigation check to find somebody who's selling a sled.
Guidance. Wait, is that an individual check or is that a group thing?
I think it's a group thing. Investigation 14.
Well, you can still guide yourself.
Yeah.
See, that's why we're proficient.
That's why I cheat.
All right. The 19 and the 14, I guess, is also that will absolutely find you guys somebody selling a sled. 20 gold as the asking price.
Cool. 5 gold each.
Okay.
Boy, I don't have any money.
5 gold
Beat up
each.
John for their fucking lunch money.
Good fucking luck. I'm behind 7 plates of armor.
I said Strawn.
Oh, I said John. My bad.
And I will just add the sled as an actor because it vehicles and whatnot. It is also in summons and it will be available to all of you.
All right, then we tie down all our stuff and we get to heading.
Well, did we want to check out the Easthaven ferry and fight some Druigar?
Yes.
I
it's made of
forgot we
some
went to do that.
black dwarves.
Let's go.
So you guys
Tie
did
up the act-
put up 20 gold, right? Or you guys
Yeah.
will put up 5 gold each. Okay. I was making
Yes.
sure how you guys did it. Okay. Then there you go. So you guys have a sled. You have 4 axe beaks. I don't know if you guys wanted to buy feed. You can do that as well.
We have infinite food.
Right.
I will.
For now we're good. And
At
we'll
the very
probably-
least, for now, we have infinite food. We can
we can
discuss
get
this
feed
in
before we
detail
leave.
later.
I will tie the sled to my axe beak, as I do not intend to get hit, so I will carry our stuff.
So you guys have been doing a lot of shopping around. You got some good, decent money, so you got yourself some easier travel around. Now, know that this will basically mean if you're trying to get from one town to another and you use your sled and whatnot, you guys can get there in half the time it usually takes, which is very helpful, especially when you're trying to get from Easthaven all the way to Brinjander as well.
Or Duggan's Hole.
Something like that.
Indeed.
Especially considering how far
Expressway to Duggan's Hole. You know
I
what I'm
also want to
especially
point out that if you...
out.
I did bring this up earlier, but if you guys did have crampons, which are just the little spikes that attach to your boots, you could have gone through those ice caves without making any checks. If you guys wanted to buy stuff, like that, that's also an
I'm not
option.
on my period. I don't need those
Funnily
yet.
enough, you know what I figured out afterwards? Those are included in the climber's kit.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know
And
that.
I just never brought up that I had those.
Well, you didn't know.
You guys
yeah,
go buy
afterward.
snowshoes or anything like that. Yeah, that's also up.
Okay, another couple levels, I'll learn fly and it won't matter.
Okay, awesome. So what do you guys want to do? You guys have
Well,
bought
Let's go
stuff.
kill some Durgar. I
Yeah.
heard those is shit that needed purging.
Yeah, we'll talk to Scython and we'll go check out the ferry.
I think our best plan of action is to burn the ship.
No.
Force
Of
them
course.
out.
I mean,
Yeah.
ultimately,
course.
yes, probably that would be the best action, but I don't
do-
think we're going
you-
to be allowed to do that.
You do meet up with Scython at the White Trap, where he is pretty much drinking all the time. He's like, well, of course. Let me know how it goes.
Alright.
Wait, so where's your ship?
It's on.
Yeah,
it's,
you didn't.
Listen, there's
didn't
literally
tell-
a sign posted at the docks. It's the Easthaven ferry. It's a
The
pretty.
docks, okay, specifically the Easthaven ferry. I was like, the
Yes.
docks go the entire length of the town, and there's ships all along them.
Very
You can't just say
easy.
go to the dogs.
The biggest
Will-
dock on the far never eat soggy wolf. What west side of town?
Oh, I learned never ever smoke weed, but that's fine too.
That is, I don't
Never
follow
entered
that
the
philosophy,
water.
so I don't. Yeah,
You
I
know,
wouldn't use
carrying
that
a
one.
giant pot on his back.
Nor do I, but it's important.
the pot is tied to the sled. Thank you.
Oh, that's right.
No,
It
I
is
didn't
entirely-
just leave it
it is-
tied up.
That is very
Why
annoying.
not?
Anyway,
Yeah, we'll go kill them all.
we will.
Okay,
we
well-
will check it out.
Listen, I'm still a little bit, don't know why you're not just talking to the town guard, but
This is more fun.
Okay.
This is a personal issue.
Oh, I mean, whatever, man. It's up to you, bro.
I'm gonna
It is up to you, bro.
do a gamer moment, and I'm going to magic armor myself, and then use the pearl to recover that spell slot.
Sick. Awesome. Absolutely.
I'm gonna do a gamer moment, and when we approach the docks, I'm gonna summon Sagarius, since he'll be out for 2 hours.
What
I'm gonna
elemental?
do a gamer moment and see if I can find a place that'll sell me a hand crossbow while on the way to the ferry, because I forgot about that.
Hand crossbows are 75 gold, I believe.
I think
They're
I
pretty
have one if you
expensive.
want it.
Do you have a hand?
Hand crossbow? You sure you don't have a
I've got
light crossbow?
I have a light crossbow, yeah.
No, you have
I'll
a
see
light-
if I can.
crossbow, yeah.
I'll see if I can like
Yeah.
exchange my light crossbow for a hand crossbow.
A light
your
crossbows
light
were
crossbow is-
25 gold. You would be able to sell it for half. A hand crossbow, which is in fact, I believe, a martial ranged weapon. So see if you can use martial ranged weapons, because you might not be able to.
No, I can use simple weapons and that's it. So never mind.
Well, you can still use a hand crossbow. You just won't have proficiency bonus added to the attack roll. So it's
I
up
won't
to you.
use. To be honest, I won't use it anyway, so it doesn't matter. I'll pass.
All right. Just heads up.
We head out, and I'm summoning Stigarius with the element fire.
Fire. All right, fire it is on the wooden
Wait.
docks.
Yeah, good point. Not fire.
Go with water.
Cold.
Cold.
Everything
There would
here
be
is already cold.
All right.
Yeah.
Go
So
with fire.
Can't do more cold damage to a frozen ship. Like,
So,
it's
the
already-
four of you walk along the coast all the way to the Easthaven ferry, where there are several boats lined up. You each take a step to the beginning, one of you casting mage armor to magically fortify yourself against any dangers. The other ones starts convulsing as they let loose the dragon within. And in your badass lineup, right before you step onto the wooden docks, right behind you are 4 axe beats just go. "Arr!"
Yeah, it's like the Avengers
Wait
lineup.
till Kayusha.
Yeah. So, are you leaving the cauldron there too? I don't know if you wanted to carry it on your back too, just for the memes.
I'll carry it on my back for the memes. Memes are good.
This is highly impractical.
Who is our tank currently?
Me.
Indigo.
Okay.
And
More
you.
than likely.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you
Indigo
too a
is-
little bit.
18.
Indigo is currently our tank. Our HP tank is Indigo.
Yeah, right before we walk onto the actual ship, what's your AC, Indigo?
16.
Yeah, right before we walk onto the actual ship, I'll cast Shield of Faith on Indigo.
How long, that lasts for an hour, right?
That's for 10 minutes.
10 minutes. Okay, so
So it's right before we go in.
Yeah, essentially right
Is
before
it-
we walk onto the boat.
Is it
onto the boat
concentration?
itself.
It
Okay.
is concentration, yes.
Gotcha.
Alright, so make sure you guys are like, well, you already used the pearl power, so that's why you didn't cast it out. But make sure to cast out the spell, so that way it automatically uses your spell slots or whatever. Or just make sure you track your spell slots. Blah 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 blah. All right,
Yes.
so
I'm gonna dancing lights as well.
Also, this feels important to remind you, DM. Creatures that are within 10 feet of me cannot benefit from invisibility.
that's true. That's true. That is true.
Creatures within 10 feet of me do scare me, so keep that in mind as well.
We're within 10 feet of each other. Ah, fuck!
They can still, if they're invisible, they can still attempt to hide from me, but remember that my passive perception is 7.
As we walk in, I would like to every turn take the dodge action.
That's going to slow you the fuck down.
It's a ship. It can't be that big.
It's a ferry.
It's still not 60 feet across. It's made of wood.
I mean, this dock is made
Pirate
of wood.
ships were made of wood.
And they weren't like at most 60 feet across.
You sure about that? You
Yeah,
ever heard of a
pretty sure.
Spanish galleon?
That's not a pirate ship.
That's literally a pirate ship.
Most pirate
Spanish
ships are
galleon is
significantly
my
smaller than
signature
that.
move during lovemaking.
Uno momento, por favors, as I put you guys down on the map, because there is a map for this. I had to make it myself. It's pretty cool. I like it.
A
also
boat map. Did I tell you guys I licked the boat at Disneyland?
What?
You know that big boat? You know that big boat, that like steamboat? You know that boat?
No,
I
I've
licked
never
that
been
boat.
to Disneyland. And I don't think I'll ever go now.
And I also licked the Washington Monument in DC. And
Gross.
the apple fries place at Legoland.
All
I did
right.
that as well.
You're
So-
the reason COVID.
I am single-handedly.
Stepping
I licked
on,
the bat in Wuhan.
Stepping down
What
the
a
dock.
chat.
This is around the time that you probably would have casted Shield of Faith. You guys approach what appears to be a keelboat that is covered in frost and encased in ice at its bottom below the dock surface. It all seems pretty quiet. There isn't a whole lot of people that are going this far out because the ferry itself has been closed for some time.
I'm gonna dancing lights.
Okay. Fucking.
So these Dragonars are invisible, you say?
The
They have a
Dragonars.
They have a tendency to hide in invisibility first.
So I have done something here. You guys can step onto the boat and stuff, but the one cool thing that you guys are going to notice is that when you try to go upstairs, you fall onto the ice. So,
Hello, is anyone here?
Don't.
right.
going
So
up.
something you've probably noticed, John Smith, is as soon as you stepped
Yeah.
there, you went up the stairs, quote unquote.
Strand,
See
wrong boat,
everything.
wrong boat.
Yeah, so like you're on the upper
Strand,
deck
no.
right now.
Strand,
Wherever.
I'm just taking a look.
right off.
I would like to look for invisible people.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
you won't
also-
be able to look for them.
Yeah, I'm. Indigo is just tuning into the sort of space around him.
Let me know if you guys can't see each other or can see each other. Or
I cannot see Aralia.
Well, I can let
I
you know
cannot
this.
see John. But that is because we are behind walls.
Oh, there we go. I can see.
Well, yeah,
Hello.
it could also be that as well.
That's true.
I
gonna
will
go
dance
ahead.
light.
Yeah,
Look
Yeah.
down into the bowels of the ship.
looking down in there. Give me
Yeah.
a perception check at disadvantage.
You're looking into its butthole, dude? That's kind of weird.
Yeah, bro.
That's very weird. Yeah, because it's
First
supposed
ever,
to,
dude. It's a wisdom thing. I'm good at these. How do I do disadvantage?
just hold
You put the
control
minus
when
sign
you.
after you roll.
Well, you can also do that, but if you hold control when you do roll, it also will do that,
There
right?
you go. That'll be a 9.
Right. Looking down in beneath, it is fairly dark down there, and you don't notice anything too out of the ordinary.
Hey, put one of your dancing lights down this hole. And then let me redo my check, I guess.
Yeah.
Like dropping a flare.
Indigo is just sort of like vibing.
Actually, you know what? Fuck that. I cast light. I'm a fucking idiot.
Yeah,
What do you cast light on?
you don't need to be.
I
hidden.
pick up a fucking splinter of wood off the ground and drop it down.
or your steel
You know what?
splinter.
Actually, just a dab on the fact that I will truly never use this, I'll cast on a crossbow bolt. And drop it.
Oh, I thought you were committing to the whole crossbow.
Remove a single crossbow bolt as it falls down beneath the surface there.
How do I do that?
I minus. So you click on it on D&D Beyond, and you minus one down.
I
don't know
rolled
about
a
that.
1 of my crossbow bolt attack.
I don't know what the fuck that's about.
You just
Throw
fire
a
the bolt
crossbow
down.
bolt.
So this is one of the first uses we've had of levels. So it's might be a little bit weird. What do you guys see? Indigo, you should be able
I
to see like the wheel and whatnot.
I think it put me on the lower level.
Do you
It's because
see?
you are beneath us.
It has Stegarius on the top level
Oh,
and me on
yeah.
the bottom level. for some
Stegarius is on the surface level, but Indigo is like in the rooms.
Deselect Deselect your token and click it again, because you're trying to control 2 different tokens and might be fucking around a little bit.
I only see the top.
Good.
I only know top.
Yeah, okay, it fixed it.
All right. Yeah, it's a little bit finicky sometimes. I also set this map up a long time ago, and there's been several updates for its dense. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. All right, so you drop a crossbow down there with the light spell cast, and it is definitely much brighter down there. You can give me the perception check, reroll again this time.
Indigo's also going to try a perception.
Okay.
Let me just check something real quick. Okay, we're good. Normal perception roll.
Normal perception roll.
20 something.
11.
1 second.
2011.
Like...
Hey, you guys have double numbers, you know?
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. Oh wow, the water turned really blue all of a sudden.
Yeah, because right there, there should be. I put a light there, but it's for some reason not following lights. For some reason,
it's weird. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on.
I think it's my blind sight.
It's not conveying properly to the walls, which is not what it should be doing.
Oh,
I think it's the levels interfering with the walls.
What level should I be on?
You're on the right level.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I'm inside the ship. Is that what, am I supposed to be on top of it?
Yeah, we went up.
Oh, okay.
We went up. You're in the middle.
Yeah.
And then there's one
You
down.
can go up the stairs. I set those to like be automatic stairs where you like it will move your token up if you step on them. But
these are
that's really okay. So the light source is working semi properly because I've noticed that John Smith and when I click on John Smith and Indigo's tokens that they can't really quite see. Oh, I see. Yeah, the water where you're seeing where it's blue right there is just weirdly interaction with levels a little bit. That's funky.
Yeah,
it is funky.
It's all good.
Because like the light is bouncing outside of the window in that section, and you're just seeing the aftermath of it.
Gotcha.
Shader's funky.
But what else do I see?
Down there, with a 22 perception, you definitely notice what appears to be. There isn't like a candle lit or anything, but there does appear to be stuff that's been moved around, and you don't feel like that's from the ship rocking and moving.
It's the ship. I thought the ship was encased in ice. It definitely shouldn't be rocking and moving.
Exactly.
All right. So we definitely have something going on down there.
Yes. I've opened this door.
All right, you've opened
demanding
that door.
Answers.
There doesn't appear to be anybody in there. It just appears to be.
That does not comfort me.
Hey, be careful! Don't just go wandering off. That's how we lost this.
You guys literally just started wandering off.
Don't lecture me.
Do as I say, not as I do.
No. Oh, oops.
Sorry, is there another door over here?
Oh, there's a door right here.
There is a door on the. There's a door over there. You should be able to.
Oh,
see
this
that.
is like salt or something. I thought that was a wall for some reason.
No, that's snow. Actually, that's just where the snow has been cut off. Yeah.
Because of the upper layer.
The upper layer.
Indigo's looking for ways to go in deeper.
Yeah, and you feel like when you go in there, John, you do definitely notice the arrow and the crossbow on the ground that is currently illuminating the entire room.
I will pick it up. Hey, who closed the door?
Is that the way in deeper?
Guys, someone closed the door on me. They're here. They're here.
Here we go. Here we go.
Nobody.
I run over this way.
Okay, no, good. I'll pick up the. I don't know how to. I mean, I can't. I'm assuming.
Yeah. I made it a dynamic light source. I can turn it off, then turn it on for you on your.
Ah, thank you, baby.
Indigo enters this room.
All right, I'm gonna.
Does anyone have a large area of effect spell that would not care about invisibility?
Yes.
I don't care about invisibility.
I got Flaming Sphere.
Hold on, I want everybody to stop right where they are.
I can't let go of my token. Okay.
Good.
Did you get stuck in a wall?
Maybe.
Hold hands with John.
It's possible.
John, I'm scared.
Reach out and touch Faith.
That's what I call my penis.
I knew a girl named Faith. She was crazy.
All right, a couple things.
Most zealots are.
So, there's a table in this room. that does appear to have some kind of map on it.
How suspicious.
It's got a map of your
that's the first thing that John would have noticed in here. Hold on, I'm just reading this really super fast because this is one of the things, like, I knew it was possible, but I didn't go too in depth on it because I wasn't sure if you guys were actually going to do it. There's a rolled up map on the table. As soon as you unroll it, it does appear to be of Icewind Dale. However, there is marks of every town and every town settlement, as well as there appears to be a mark somewhere around Kelvin's Cairn.
Is that
and
where the
there's
arch
also
was?
another mark that is more close to what you would assume to be
Duggan's Hole.
Jesus. No.
Yo mama.
It's closer to the Spine of the World, which is technically closer to the Duggan's Hole, but it's just
Is-
only by default.
Is that within the range that we were receiving that signal from?
Hold on.
Or is that a
I'm-
different point?
I have to pull up the map of Icewind Dale, the Game Master's map of it, to get a better idea of this.
I'm very sorry that we're so
So unprepared.
ADHD way.
I'm not.
It's
I have ADHD.
I would like to commend you on your patience. we must be a fucking trip to DM for.
So yeah, yes, yeah. So there appears to be just pretty close to the Spine of the World. Yes, around the same area where you had kind of been receiving the signals Strawn. There appears to be a spot on the map that's marked, and it seems important based on the mark itself. But there's one next to Kelvin's Cairn, and then also one close to the Spine of the World.
Would it be a lot to ask for you to draw on this? That is.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Sorry.
I'm making
calm
the
down.
best. Yeah. Yeah, can you just give me a fucking moment here, man?
Listen,
Come on.
again, I applaud your patience with us.
Jesus, I'm running out of patience with you.
Listen, all
I
right.
didn't tell
have
you
to
that's
deal
what
with
I
me,
was-
but you don't have to deal with me.
1 second. I have to reset the color because it's set to my default. All right. So there's a spot about there, and then there's also a spot, and I'm looking at the map. Oh my god, that's pretty close to a thing.
That's pretty close to Duggan's Hole. We should go there.
It's pretty close.
Oh, I'm so close.
Oh, better.
Better. Really
Feel
close,
like-
better.
Gasp.
That's 1 second.
That's where Peter is located.
No. Whoops.
Hey, Lois, check it out. I'm in Dungeons and Dragons.
Flowers.
Oh fuck! Oh no!
What?
That's where the
Closer
old cabin-
there.
Oh, that's where one is?
No, the old cabin is up north.
No. But I'm looking at the circle by the old cabin.
Yeah.
Is
There
that one
a
of the
circle
marks?
by the old cabin. No, that's your own mark. That was the Copper Knobberknocker gave you that mark and said to check on his old friend. That's a different mark. So
Oh yeah, that's right. His friend was dead or something. We completely forgot about
Yeah.
Listen,
And
all right,
I will-
it was the opposite direction we wanted to go in.
very quickly move over. Somebody else made a made a mark and made a smiley face. If you want to fuck yourselves over like that, by all means,
Yeah, please
it
don't-
is your
please
map.
don't fuck us over like this.
Please
You
do.
can't
It's
select
funny.
Can't select it.
But yes, there's a
And then
mark.
if we do it
here.
like this, Jack will have to prepare content for when we inevitably
There's-
go to the wrong eye.
Yeah, there's a mark here,
those are
and then there is also
I
a
think
mark
those are
all the way
different
up
colors.
here.
Okay.
But there is, in fact, somebody has made a scuffed smiley face now.
No, it's like an anime face when you're looking at it from the side, but the eyes are still weirdly both pointing towards the front.
Yeah, it's great. All right, moving back to the Easthaven ferry. Just
So
for
we can
now.
draw on this map.
So, John, that's what you're looking at. You're looking at that.
Guys, I
You've
found
made
the
a mental-
smiley face on this map.
Indigo is also looking over their shoulder, and he's just like,
Indigo,
Shit.
you were looking around elsewhere in the room at the time, and about where you are now, there's somebody standing right in front of you.
What
Indigo?
would you do if there was a child right in front
Kick
of
him.
you?
Indigo, without missing a fucking beat, is just going to draw his maul and swing at that space.
Give me an attack roll at disadvantage because you get. Well, no, that is disadvantage because
Nope.
you know
Not
exactly where
with
they are.
blind fighting
Yeah.
style.
Go ahead, give me an attack roll.
Swing.
Indigo, what the fuck are you doing?
Jesus Christ!
How's that swing
Yeah.
doing?
And I'm gonna invoke my favorite foe.
Are you within range to infuse strike?
Yes. Yeah.
Am I?
Well, no, because
It's
Stigarius in the room.
Bless you.
30
Bless you.
feet.
It's within 30 feet, don't it? I want it.
There it is.
Yeah.
That's within 30 feet,
It's
baby.
just within.
Infuse that strike.
Go ahead and just tell me all the damage that you're rolling right at the front fucking gate.
Hold on. I gotta roll my infused strike. And then I gotta roll my favorite foe. Farm Winter feature.
Can the Drake see it though?
It doesn't
It
matter.
doesn't. It has to see me. It doesn't have to see.
When another creature within 30 feet of the Drake that it can see.
Another creature infuse causing the attack. Another creature that it can see. Yeah, I'm the creature.
And it can see him.
Okay.
Drake.
So
Is 16 damage?
Oh, it's for the weapon attack. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, 16 points of damage. 4 of
Just
it being
wanna-
cold damage.
okay, cool, awesome. So I'm gonna go ahead, and there is somebody all the way on the other side of the ship. I'm gonna add everybody to initiative. Go ahead and roll.
And so Indigo is like looking over, and while John is going over the map, I assume John is just like,
Like, I'm
whoa.
mad.
Yeah. John's
Hey.
like, are you seeing this? And he's like, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Hold that thought.
All right, one second. As
Do
I
you
just-
drop invisibility if you take damage, or only if you perform an action that's must off?
It depends on their type of.
That
was almost
so
If it's a
close.
concentration spell,
But it depends on if it's a spell or not.
or if it's a feature, yeah.
Yeah.
And if it's like greater invisibility, then it doesn't inherently drop.
Combat. Okay, so
Well, what if
we're
it
beginning
gets first?
combat. That was your essentially your surprise round because even he was just like, you don't know who it is yet, but even he was just like, oh, that was surprising. All right, so
Oh, wow, how surprising.
that is
Yeah.
surprising. That is very very surprising.
All Indigo does after that hit is he just says out loud, he's like, fool me once, shame on me.
They didn't.
Fool-
Oh, wait.
Fool me
Did they say
twice,
before?
the shame of the... I'm going to kill you.
Fool of the shame.
So as you start hearing like murmurs in your head, Indigo, and it's very strange that you're hearing them because I need you to give me an intelligence saving throw.
Boy, howdy.
Hey.
19.
19? Ooh, crazy. Da-da-da. Cool. So you felt like somebody was trying to break into your mind and force aggression against the guy behind you.
And Indigo just spits on the floor and he goes,
Whoops.
And he goes, whoops.
Yeah, hold on.
Indigo spits on the floor and he just goes, Isophies will be avenged.
What?
Who's that?
What the-
Aralia's like, what? Who's that?
One second. It's gonna go ahead and show you what this guy kind of looks like real fast. This picture is a little bit strange to look at right now. That's imagine him but bigger than that cup.
No, imagine that's just a really big cup.
Yeah, it's
okay?
a very large guy.
It's pretty big.
All right.
Hey,
But
yeah,
you,
nice cup.
as like
Let's
it's
go.
with this idea to attack your teammate behind you starts festering in your mind, the shimmering light appears to just leave him, and he becomes completely visible in front of you. Now, he turns to you and is like, "Oh shit!" as he realizes it didn't work.
No.
One second, let me just see here. It then just tries to stab you. It's like as soon as it realizes, oh shit, that didn't work. He just goes to stab you, which also doesn't work.
I use my shield to oppose disadvantage, but I can't do that. I'm not a paladin.
Nope.
Mind poison?
It just tinks off of the armor.
It's a Reddit dagger.
That was supposed to work. I don't know who it is you're talking about, but I assure you he suffered greatly. Like, trying to be intimidating.
Really, just looking at him like that. That really just makes me want to kill you more.
You're not very good at the intimidation.
Aralia,
I mean, he is roughly the size of a goblet.
You heard from the other side of the ship, just hold that thought. Whack!
Dong.
So you have no idea what the fuck happened there, but something's going on, that's for sure.
I can't get there within one turn without dashing. So I'm just gonna do my own thing.
Okay.
No. He's got it. I'm gonna go this way. Oops, that's still the marker or the ruler. I'm gonna go this way, and I'm gonna go through this door.
That's not a door, that's a window.
I'm going through it. No. I'll go through this door then. This door.
Congratulations,
and
you
then,
went through the door.
And then I end my turn there.
You found the front of the ship, and you're just like, okay, well, whatever's happening there is happening there.
Yeah, I'm sure they've got it. As I just stand outside for a second.
John Smith.
Excuse me, kind sir. Would you? You know what? I don't think I have not ever done this campaign yet.
All the dead?
No, actually, I'm going to take out my mace and I'm going to smack him physically with a weapon.
You did that.
I believe you did do that.
I?
When you fought the serial killer.
That's
Did
true.
I? Maybe once, yeah, because I ran out of spell slots.
Yeah. You used your last one to command and it failed.
That's right, yes. I thought I had just done Spare the Dying for the rest of the fight.
All right, so you can go ahead and try to whack.
Mace. That'll probably hit.
19, that does hit.
Mace to the face.
In space.
That'll be 7 bludgeoning damage.
And you just like whack him across the face, blood spills out, a tooth comes flying out, and he just goes, okay. So, intimidation doesn't work?
You're too short to be intimidating, I'm afraid. You have to be a Giga Chad 6-footer like me.
Indigo.
I'm not talking about my height.
Indigo.
You ever seen a fire hose?
It's your turn.
My turn? Alright. Indigo is going to lift them all and bring it down.
Bring that thing down.
And as he does, he's just going to say, tell us what you're doing here!
Kills him. Shit!
Yeah.
You will have to kill me. Oh, God. Yeah, roll damage.
That's
Jesus
whack.
Christ.
It has not been Stigarius' turn, right? So he can't infuse weapon.
It's 2d6. Jesus Christ. Yeah, it hasn't been
plus
Sigarius' turn yet.
14. Nope, but he goes right after me.
What about the favored foe?
That was the D4.
Oh, I see.
All right, well, I guess he can go right after you. He's looking particularly close to death.
All right.
Stigarius? Wow.
Stigarius
It's like you're
is
just-
going to go.
Yeah. It's just like, you will have to kill me. Then you smack him in the face of the mall, and it's just like, I may be
As your
open to
guard
something.
charges him.
Stigarius is going to go over and is going to attempt to bite. But for my last thing, the command I give Stigarius as a bonus action is to not kill. So it's going to try non-lethally to bite.
Okay. Non-lethal bite. Got it.
Hey.
I don't know if
14?
a 14 hits.
14 hits.
4 points of damage.
So, this is great. Mainly because he got an attack off right before he could do anything, so that was part of it. But before Strawn, you heard some commotion going on in that room. And then this guy just gets bit, like, in the face and is knocked down to the ground and is knocked unconscious.
Well,
That was easy. There's probably more of them around.
agreed. Keep him stable. We'll have more questions for him.
Are you sure you want that?
Yes.
Alright, fine, spare the dying.
Well, you didn't need to. He already wasn't dying. So that's all right.
I do it anyway, because I can.
You spare the dying on him. He's not dying anymore.
I do it again, because I can. And then I open the door.
Yeah, Stigarius steals one of his boots and just starts like...
An important distinction. Are we out of combat?
Yes.
Okay.
Alright.
Yes.
And then I'm gonna mosey on over.
Indigo steals the map. Just rolls it up.
So you take the map. You probably
Might be the actual ferryman's map, so that's not, we don't know what stuff is the dwarves or Duragards and what stuff was here before.
No,
necessarily.
Point of order, we will
It is
need to find out.
Yes.
Is there anything in this room?
there is nothing of value anywhere else on the boat, but in the cabin where they found the map.
All right. We'll do a pat down of the this boy and like a sweep of the ship, and then we'll tie up Dearth.
So you're tying up Dearth? All right.
Yeah.
Dearth,
What was
give
that
me a sleight of
question?
hand. That was how many hours till he wakes up. Don't worry about it.
yeah.
Give me a sleight of hand check to tie his ropes.
All right.
Dearth, more like girth.
Am I right?
Ooh, not great.
So you essentially wrap him around with rope, and you think that's good enough.
I
Like,
have
if he tries to
areas.
escape, you just beat him up again. It's not
Yeah, I mean,
bad.
he'll wake up with 1 hit point.
So what are you guys doing?
I mean, I'm gonna steal his shit. Steal his shit.
You're gonna steal his shit? All right. What does he have on him?
I still their ship.
All right. The dagger he had in his hand appears to have been coated in something.
Interesting. We'll have this checked out.
Oh, it's a jizz dagger.
You
Jeez.
instantly have the feeling that touching the blade itself is a horrible, bad idea.
Don't
What
touch
you got
the-
there, grabs dagger by the blade?
I put it in its sheath.
If
Alright.
he wakes up, just put it against his skin.
Oh boy.
We'll consider that plan B if he doesn't want to talk.
Did I find anything going around back there, or just more empty?
This place essentially you can surmise that Skython probably cleared it out, so that way like nothing was stolen. So while
Sure.
services weren't running, anything on this boat is probably belongs to them, and it isn't much. 1 second, as I just make sure everything else is checked. Who speaks Dwarvish?
I don't.
Orc, Undercommon, Draconic, Common, Giant, Infernal. Not
Speak what now? Sorry.
Because-
I
The marking-
speak Dwarvish.
Yeah, because the markings on the map are not written in common, and therefore you wouldn't have been able to read them. But you look at the map, and the one at Kelvin's Cairn specifically says outpost. However,
This one right here that says outpost.
everything else, all the names of the 10 towns are also in Dwarvish as well, but they're all the same names as you would expect. them to
All
be.
these other names are just the 10 town names, but in Dwarvish.
So
The
So
one
would
tour,
that would
the
lead
mar-
us to believe that it's a Duragar's map, right? Unless that guy knows Dwarvish.
It's probably a Duragar's map, yes.
yeah, you also look down at the Spine of the World location, the one that's close to the Spine of the World, and that one says Sunblight.
But this one right here says Sunblight, like that guy's last name that we somehow know.
Yeah,
we
Sunblight.
don't know that left.
Yeah, you don't know. Sunblight Fortress is what it's called.
Sunblight Fortress, to be exact.
Into this.
You know, actually, that's really, really suspiciously named. Do you think we would be able to ask anyone about an existing fortress there? Assuming that this is not a construction of the Duragar, but something that they might have taken over.
A few people we could ask. I don't know of any fortresses in that area, but
Do I know of any fortresses in that area? Seeing as
You're-
I am proficient in history. Oh, look at that!
Well, there's that, but there's also like you're also new to the region as well.
That's true.
Fairly new.
But that
Also,
proficiency in
Can
history.
you stop taking advantage of the fact that there are no walls on the top layer?
Is anyone else here proficient in history?
All right.
I don't believe so. I'm not, but I can guide you.
The one
I
that
am.
would probably know the most is probably going to be Indigo. Indigo, if anybody could
It's
know, if
Raptor
anybody could
Reach
roll, it would
too.
be Indigo.
All right, just guide me then, and I'll roll history.
Okay.
Okay.
Ooh. I'm
Probably not.
I'm guiding Strawn.
I mean, the only thing you know is that this area has a very deep history, Icewind Dale specifically. There's a lot of stuff that a lot of people don't know about it. There are structures everywhere. Whether or not there's
Listen.
one there, it's hard to tell, you know?
Yeah. A lot of stuff got destroyed. A lot of the stuff's been buried. A lot of the stuff hasn't been talked about.
So what you're saying is that we should ask someone who actually knows what they're talking about.
What I'm saying is,
I read a
if
book or two.
Yeah, I'm gonna guide Strawn.
but Indigo says, what I'm saying is, if someone knows about this, it's highly possible that they're
I'm
already
saying
dead.
that Strawn would not be able to know this.
Yeah, that Indigo would be the
I
only
open
one who
my
had a
third
chance
eye.
at this.
And
Oh.
fourth, fifth, and sixth eye.
You could, and it's just you know, something that we could put out there. You could write in your journal. You know, ask it a question.
This is no time for diary keeping.
What are we doing a history check on anyway?
To figure out whether or
Sunlight.
not the whatever it was called fortress.
The Sunblight
Figure out how
Fortress.
old your mom is. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, got him!
Hell
You
yeah.
see this fortress right here on this map that I still have in my hands.
You don't.
Do we know? We're trying to figure out if this was a fortress that has always existed and that they took over for some reason. Sunblight Fortress.
That's
Because
on
it's
the map,
very,
right?
very conspicuously named.
That's on the map, right?
Yeah,
It's in
I
the
put the
Durgan map.
mark.
It's right
I
here.
put the mark down,
Yeah. Okay.
but it's
See the
also
map?
on the
Yeah, Indigo
No.
holds it open.
Okay. I take the map and I put it in my book. And
No,
I-
don't put the
No,
whole
no,
book in.
No. I'm gonna ask the patron if they know anything about that, and then I'm gonna close the book.
Patreon.
The Patreon, yeah.
I'm gonna make a poll on Patreon.
Eat the
Um,
fucking map this time.
Don't trace it. What the hell? No. You open up the book, and after you hear some scribbling inside, and it says, "What are you willing to offer?"
Well, we've got an unconscious Durgard over here. If you
No,
want.
we need him. He's more important than the map.
He's literally being used to answer questions. I'm pretty sure that's exactly what we were planning on using him for anyway.
I write down. We
I
have a
trust
pet
his
dragon.
answers. No, don't give my.
we have a knuckle-headed trout. I have a fishing pole.
We have insurance.
I have a
I
skeleton.
can offer you Patreon insurance.
I have skeleton we killed.
We have the jawbone.
I have
I don't know, man. Berry magic or something is written down.
I do want to ask,
Mhm.
how open is Strawn being about, like, who has anything to offer up?
We're all just reading over your shoulder.
imagine though if we try to expend a spell slot into the book. Think about it.
Wanna?
How we feeling?
I had
No.
idea about that.
I only.
I'm
have
kinda down
with.
Remember, hey guys, do we remember when
The 21st night of
the
September.
last time we had a warlock just casually try to expend spell slots into something, and
God.
I like ate part of a fucking crystal
I don't think
deity,
you
and
understand.
it irreversibly damaged the soul of a certain Clayton Dreys.
I'm a sorcerer. Thank you. We're moving on. I'm gonna.
Okay, yeah, I hadn't considered that you were less equipped to be doing these deals with other entities.
Thank you.
All right,
So-
cool, good talk. Go on.
So, what are you? Listen, you guys are on the right track. You don't have to offer up something. You can offer up something that is more intangible as well.
Fine.
I'll
one hand job.
patron insurance.
No, something useful.
discounted price. Well, look, if Strawn goes and dies for whatever reason, then we'll find you a replacement that's equally or more competent.
I'll give you 45 minutes, and it's whatever you want. Okay, Book?
But I don't do
Hold back on the paper cuts. It's a big deal.
I'm legitimately curious on what you guys might actually decide to offer up, either as a joke or for
Dude,
realsies.
I don't have anything. I have
You
the
have-
pearl, and I'm not parting with that.
I want you to
Indigo has-
understand you have a lot going on underneath that skin of yours that you might be able to offer if you really want to.
I cannot donate another kidney.
You're a divine soul sorcerer. Walk off for it.
I don't know what that
Can I
is.
use command on the book? Is that possible?
I
I
want you to
guarantee
think.
you it's the same.
Yeah, it won't work.
Now, I want you to understand that Indigo did try to understand some tentacles that came out of nothingness, and it hurt him. To try to understand
them.
Yeah, Ramias more. So it's up to you.
I'm going to
Have some
write
common
down
clothes.
small offering question mark.
Oh? Perhaps a dog to sacrifice?
Okay, first of all, sorry, Strawn, what kind of offerings does your book usually take? Because if it's only food, then we're already going in the wrong direction.
It did
it-
take a
it has-
magical item for.
It did take a rod.
It took a rod pretty hard.
It took a rod. Yeah, it took Baldur's rod pretty hard. It thought about taking the cauldron, but it decided it wanted to leave it with you and simply take what was inside the cauldron. So,
I don't like this book. Where did you get it?
I don't see, and Indigo kind of like pulls John a little bit away from the book, and it's like, I don't like the book either.
Have you heard of a Goodwill?
At the moment, you guys know nothing of what I'm writing.
Yeah,
Oh
but
my
like
God.
in the description of like what it's done so far, Indigo's just like, I don't like the book either. It hurt me.
That's kind of high.
you guys,
but I have a light crossbow if it would like it, and 19
it
bolts.
depends. In the book, it's written. I know that sounds like the Bible, but in the book, it's written. It depends on the information you want.
So again, I wrote down small offering question mark.
Presumably to get information on the fortress?
Yes.
It's written
Well, I
back
think-
afterwards. Yeah, written back afterwards. You can, but it still has to be tasty.
Trout.
Right. I mean, all the information that we really want to know is whether or not the Durgar built this fortress or it was there before them. I think that's
That might be worth a trout.
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 Strawn has the
Alright.
trout currently.
A fair amount of my inspiration for this, by the way, there's this one creepypasta of like this hidden marketplace where you can offer up stuff for other things in return. That's pretty much where,
vaguely
yeah.
Is it eBay?
I
might
offer
be
the
open.
fish.
You offer the fish.
Fish,
you, put,
fish.
you write down on the book.
You
You,
put
offer the fish.
Put the fish between the pages.
No. I'm going.
Press it sealed.
I'm going to.
Whoa! At least like quarter it, please. Put some rice there. Make sushi.
Before
not
I write
salad.
anything in the book, I'm going to be like, "Excuse me."
All
Is
right.
he gonna give it another rod or what?
Open the door. Yeah.
Yeah, so, Strawn, you take
And
the
if
fish.
you want, the fish is on the floor in the center of the room.
All right. So, do you put in the book that you have offered the fish?
Yes.
Okay. An inky mass begins forming up above the floor, about chest height. Out of it spills some inky fervor onto the ground. You think condensed will is the best way to describe such a thing. And even then, hardly does it justice.
Whose will?
I don't know.
Not. The tentacles start seeping out very slowly, sliming their way, and pick up the trout. And then in an instant, flick it into the hole with it, and the hole disappears and dissipates.
trout.
In the book, it is written, it was a gift to the dwarves. It was a gift to the dark dwarves.
Well, I don't know why their color matters, but
Hey, what? Kind of racist.
Well, the Durgar. Durgar are
Damn,
dark
dude.
dwarves. They're under They're under.
I don't
under
speak
common.
color.
Whatever. Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Literally
You
colorblind.
get the idea.
Indigo does speak Undercommon.
I also speak. No, I don't speak Undercommon. I speak
Indigo.
Infernal. Yeah.
Indigo calls out in Undercommon to Strawn. Just what did it say?
I speak back in common speak.
Yeah.
Oh, didn't realize you could speak the tongue.
I can do all
Man.
types of things with my
no,
tongue.
what my tongue is.
Yeah.
The fortress was a gift.
Well, it was there from before the Duragar. Then that's good to know.
No, I don't
Everybody,
think it
give
was.
me a perception check.
Oh no.
Right?
Myself
Oh
included?
yeah.
Not you. You're in a different
15.
room.
Okay.
Huh?
Click clack.
Black the
I
click.
was taken aback by the number of Duragars sneaking up behind me.
That would be Brett.
Right. So 15, 20, 23. John.
Yes.
You were at first kind of distracted because this is your first time seeing it. The inky darkness of the abyss that seeps out takes what is given.
It reminds me of our central offices.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
That's just middle management.
That's when you hear a creak outside the hull, and more so in the central area of the ship.
They're outside. Aralia, behind you.
What's behind me?
Probably something evil. Don't get hit in the back of the head.
He's still like trout.
What's behind me? Smack.
If John
I'm just
calls
saying
that
they're
out,
moving. Yes.
Indigo will move over towards the door.
I'm gonna move towards the window. Actually,
I'll move up behind Indigo.
I cannot see them if they're
Stigarius.
outside the window.
Right.
but-
Just out of curiosity, are these stairs going up or down?
They're going
Like,
down. There
the-
is no lower level that you guys can access right now.
Uh,
I have no map
It's-
for it. Is what I'm trying to say.
I want to go there then.
Draw one for me right now.
Stigarius possessively hovers over Sunblight, and my command to Stigarius is to Indraconic hover. And Indigo.
You spoke too quietly. I don't know
You
if they
spoke
caught
way
that.
too quietly.
Sorry, my command to Stigarius is to hover over Sunblight and watch him, like just
Okay.
keep him pinned. And then Indigo is going to step out of this door and sort of monitor, sort of look around.
Indigo.
I heard.
Right here. There's somebody right there, standing right in that spot.
Yeah. Indigo cracks his neck, moves forward, and then in Undercommon says, "Gotcha." And a swing.
Oh shit! You hear?
All right, here we go again, bitch.
Rolling initiative, I guess, but you're also still getting an attack out before all this.
Yeah.
Someone just boot my. Bruh.
You're with
Man,
me.
push my result.
Yeah, but
Did I roll for you?
Stigarius can't see me at this angle.
Yeah, he can,
No, he can't. That's a wall.
but he can see you. But you can see him. What?
That's a wall.
I'm
Like
I
50%
can
of the door.
see your screen.
Yeah,
you
but
can see
You can
Stigarius.
see the shadow.
no, the only reason I can see Stigarius right now is because I can see Stigarius as a token I have control over.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, look
That's
at
like-
where the shadow line is. That goes through half of it.
I'm aware.
No?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Give me that. Give me the 19 will hit. By the way.
10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Jesus Christ.
As he whaps him with his dong.
I already
you
used
hear-
one of my favorite.
And you
I
see
use
like
another one,
blood reveal itself and spill on the ground to the side, right in the snow, staining it. Aralia and Indigo, I still need you to roll initiative.
Oh,
Yeah. Sorry. I was rolling other things.
I was busy arguing about vision.
Right.
Stigarius has his command, so Stigarius will stay where he is.
Whoops. Begin combat. There we go. Strong. You are slightly aware that something's going on outside. You have vision from a window in this room. What would you like to do?
But see, I don't have vision on whatever it is.
Yeah,
Nope.
just
True.
that.
That's true. But you do know that there's something in front of Indigo at the very least.
Well, I'm going to casually walk out of the room. Oh, I cannot casually walk out of the room.
You can walk past people. Are you stuck?
It's just difficult terrain, yeah.
Yeah. You can walk out there. You currently have no line of sight on anything but some blood on the ground.
What's going on?
They're here. Moving
Not much.
in.
How about you?
Either
Lovely night.
there's at least one in front of me. Durugar.
Are you okay?
Fine. You can't feel them?
Use your like.
I just
Durugar around me.
look around and I look back at
There's-
Indigo.
You hear
There's
some
blood on the
panting.
floor, yeah.
You do hear panting like right in front of you.
Canteen, the swimming pool.
Like coming from this direction where like there's blood on the ground.
Well, actually, what's your passive perception? Because maybe you don't see it.
13.
Nah, you
Or
probably
no,
see it.
10.
Nah, maybe you don't.
Yeah, it's 50-50.
Like Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Well, in that case, could I just throw out an Eldritch Blast?
Right in front of you. All right.
Yeah, just,
Disadvantage, yeah.
you know.
You have
Go-
you have no idea why, but you do have disadvantage.
that way.
All right. Oh, you saw a disadvantage anyway. It doesn't matter. Fucking.
Yeah.
Just shooting it off the side of the ship.
Did you roll it?
Hello? There we go.
Yeah.
9.
That was weird. Oh, it was at disadvantage. Okay, 14.
Mhm.
14. 14 clanks against something in front of you, but you don't feel like it hits somebody personally. You feel like it hits something in between a person. As there's just like a scorch mark that fills the air for a second, then disappears.
See?
Is it the only one?
There's no one in front of you.
Are
It's the only one that's close to me.
You do not know where I am.
Does he get to roll a deception check?
Check.
All that exists is the wind. Turn around.
I turn around.
They used to be better.
I turn 360 degrees and walk away.
They were better when you guys were level 1, and there were 6 of them.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I reach into my pocket, grab my sickle, and just wait.
Okay. No, really, turn behind you. You hear from behind you as this person becomes visible, and then suddenly they enlarge by double their size.
Oh, so there's
And they're like,
full size up there.
"Rrrr." And then they're holding
Well,
a
we're not
massive
turning around,
war
really.
pick.
Yeah.
And then that's
Hey,
their
guys, I
turn,
think that's
essentially. So, Aralia.
Behind you! Ah!
Aralia, you suddenly saw a giant dwarf come out of nowhere.
Yeah. I'm thinking of a mind whip, but I haven't decided on it, and I'm rolling for mind whip. Which is this one, which is for some reason a sword.
Mind whip. All right. So you're mind whipping the guy. All right.
Yeah, big man. Ooh.
Oof. Nope. Oof. Roll damage.
And he has to decide and can't make reactions and stuff.
So he's like, no, you should look behind you. Ah! 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 He's just screaming as his head is holding its massive fucking noggin.
It currently
You
can't.
would think this would attract attention, a giant dwarf yelling on a ship in the docks that no one's been on in years.
It cannot take reactions and has to decide between action, bonus action, or move.
Indigo
Okay.
still hasn't turned around.
All right. This other one's just like, well, maybe you should turn to your side as this one becomes visible and then suddenly enlarges by double its size. Ah!
Why? What a big
How
beard you
impressed are you? Yeah, like how impressed are you by this turn of events?
Okay.
Indigo Hardwood. What's up? What's up? Yeah, I can.
Yeah, they're already
I-
there.
I attack the dude that I attacked last time.
Okay.
Invisible Man.
Yeah. And I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark.
I thought you said you didn't want to do that.
Well, I didn't want to cast Favor's Foe, but I'm going to cast Hunter. So first, Hunter.
Didn't we figure out that Hunter's Mark and Favorite Foe are like the same thing?
Kinda.
Yes, but
Well, we
Hunter's Mark
figured out-
lasts longer.
We figured out the damage for Hunter's Mark, so
So it might hit with this.
Hey.
21 definitely
How's that?
hits. Shush. Shush you. Shush.
So 12 damage, 12 bludgeoning damage, and 6 extra with
18.
Hunter's Mark.
Fucking hell, cat. Alright, well, that's fucking... Yeah, it...
Yo,
he-
cat losing it.
just like... You just see on the floor a knocked out like, non-lethal, lethal? Well, how are we doing this here? He's dead
We
here.
have a hostage killer.
This one's lethal.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have one
So-
hostage, so this one's
Yeah,
lethal.
you hit something really fucking hard, and then all of a sudden on the ground, there's just like the corpse of a, like, sprayed out on the floor, face down, is just the corpse of a Durgar.
And this guy can't take reactions,
Correct.
so I move over here.
Just on top of him.
Yeah, I just step over him. Over to this guy.
Leave Strawn in between them.
It's fine. We don't do flanking in this game.
This may be an ideal situation for
Surprise
Strawn.
rule change. No.
Fucking, that would be
Josh.
a dick.
Fucking cat, Jesus, I'm trying to record something here, you
And that's me.
Yeah.
Bonus action and action. I actually can't change Stegarius's commands unless I use a bonus action. I use it to hex, so Stegarius is still guarding.
Does Stegarius have line of sight of you now?
Now? No. Oh.
Yeah,
What you
yeah.
talking?
Oh, wait, yeah,
He
now.
does, yeah,
Now
he
Stegarius
does.
does have line of sight.
Now you can. do
But
that
first, John Smith.
I'm gonna move forward to occupy this space.
thing. Not in the direction you think, as he leaves. Directly off the road.
Well, I did say I was turning 360 degrees and walking away.
Turning 360 degrees would have you facing the same direction.
That's why he went in the same direction.
What do you think I just did? As a
Pretty-
bonus action, I will cast Spiritual Weapon.
Fuck. I don't have the gavel ready.
You fool.
What the
You
fuck?
absolute
gavel?
fool.
You haven't prepared the cavalry?
I have not prepared the gavel, no.
I'm assuming, however, an 11 does not hit.
An 11 will not hit.
And
Where do
then
you
neither
assign
of these other two have actually been hit yet, right? So.
No, I did hurt the guy, the one above you.
Oh, that's true. That's true. That's right. Mind whip. So I will, as my normal action, toll the dead.
What are you gonna told them?
What is it? Shift or Alt?
It's alt. It's alt. Alt.
I love the tell me what I need.
There you go. I alted.
1 second, I'm finding a good... Oh, this actually fits kind of perfectly. There we go.
It
I
looks
don't
like
see
one
it.
of the squeaky mallets.
There's a...
Oh,
the
yeah.
thing again.
There you go. No, I can't control it first of all.
Yeah,
Lost
well,
my
you
line
won't be
again.
able to.
I want to put it like
Here?
on the other side of the mast. Yeah, right there.
All right. Then, absolutely, I'm going to go ahead and save for this Toll of the Dead.
Well,
Now
okay.
20. Now 20.
All right,
You know, as you do. So he does save.
All right.
And
well,
he feels
my,
his soul begin. You even see like the hands of the afterlife start to take, but they're not able to remove the soul from the body.
Well,
weird. The psychophants, you know.
this is going well.
Yeah.
That's all for me.
All right,
We already got
Strong.
one of them down, actually.
Strong. They're now perfectly visible to you, but they're also massive.
They beefy.
Like, yo, they dummy tick.
Well, I think you may have heard this.
Is it all the dead?
But to my right, this one right here.
Yeah.
It's John Cena.
I like how your back is still to the other one.
Yeah.
We're not giving him the
I
fucking
told the dead
satisfaction.
one I'm not turning around.
Right. You stay in this orientation for the rest of the campaign. Now that's at disadvantage because there are enemies within 5 feet of you.
Ooh.
Which
And
is
he's
plus
still
1, so it's still like an 18. So yeah,
18 or 22.
roll damage.
Hell yeah.
And do keep in mind that you can move around the hulking mass, as the other guy can't take reactions.
Yeah, you can like
you start
step through
channeling your arcane magic, this eldritch magic, through your hand and up through the wand of the War Mage, and it flings out and it blasts through the side of this giant dwarf, and you start to see like blood, and you can even see like where a scorched rib is, and he's just like.
Now,
It's
I
great.
like to think that I never stopped looking in this direction, so I just aimed my hand this way.
you can move down through Indigo. The top guy can't take a reaction against you.
Yeah.
All right, but I'm gonna hang on, ready for.
I'm hanging.
End turn. Okay, cool. This massive guy is just gonna take the hit that he can get. So he's gonna swing down his massive war pick on Strawn. Because that was
That's
his
the
original
only thing
target.
he can do.
Oh yeah.
But he can't hit.
And that's his
Can't-
turn.
He can't do it on command.
However, he
Can't do
can
it
use
on
his
command.
reactions now. The
It
spell
is-
doesn't do anything after that.
It is Aralia's turn. They both look equally as damaged. One person has blood spilling out of their ears. The other one has a massive hole in their side.
You can move
And
up.
it's just pissing blood onto the snow that covers the boat. Should get that look at, personally, you know.
Serious medical condition.
Whoops, my bad.
gonna-
I didn't mean to close that.
I'm gonna get to here, and I'm going to firebolt.
Bolt that fire.
Aetus.
More
I
like
miss
Elitist.
11 will not hit as you cast out this eldritch bolt of fire that goes flinging out much further out
It's-
because it had missed.
It's a
and then
very
it keeps
cowardly cast as he like cowers behind the door frame and just kind of flings it.
It keeps going, and eventually it lands onto the ice in the distance, and you think you helped.
Hey, you're welcome.
Global warming.
In the shape of a
Polar
twink.
bear is gonna die now.
All right, so it is this dwarf's turn, who is going to slam their. Well, Strawn seems to have been the biggest threat so far to him, so he's gonna go ahead and attack out at her.
I mean, I will
Her?
point out that in
Him, they,
Him?
7 doesn't hit. It doesn't hit the thing.
it didn't hit you because it felt bad for misgendering you.
Yeah.
It didn't hit it. All right.
That's
So it slams down like this massive war pick down into the wood, but it's like its pain in its side kind of threw it off, and it like lands right in front of you. You don't flinch.
Or look at him.
Indigo.
Bonus action: shift Hunter's Mark onto who seems to be named Klaska.
Yeah. Mark.
How'd you know his name?
Molliswain. Ooh,
That one.
Yes.
You attempt to like swing your like you were looking forward, and now you're about ready to swing your maul around to try to get as much hit as possible. But as soon as you like put your back to it and you're swinging it like a 180 degree, you slam right into the giant war pick that is currently embedded into the wood. And then that was your attack.
No, I won't move. I'll stay here. I got put 10 feet up. There we go.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll stay where I'm at then and hold my ground. And I did not use my bonus action to give Stigarius different movements, so Stigarius stays.
Did you not want to use your bonus action? Oh, you bonus action.
I bonus action to move my Hunter's Mark.
I see.
John Smith.
I'm going to do the exact same thing that I did last time, but hopefully one of the two will be successful.
Right. Gavel
Guarantee
first?
both of them.
I'm assuming gavel.
Gavel first.
Gavel
I'm going to
first.
smack the guy that's not being looked at by anyone, including myself now, because I don't
Okay.
need to look at him for the gavel to attack.
All right.
I'm just going to do that without...
Do the
I do
gavel.
like how we've all decided.
Weird. God
We've
damn
all
it.
decided to not.
11,
Same.
unfortunately, does not hit.
And Toll the Dead.
Okay, told it on who?
Is that
Either
that
one of
guy?
them. or-
Same guy, yeah.
Same guy? Okay.
Costa.
If he gets another natural 20, I'm going to be disappointed. That will hit though.
I'm gonna go get a lottery ticket.
2!
2
Damage.
damage.
Ah,
As
ah,
Hey.
ah.
as you just see like this bird, like this like almost like a hummingbird or something, and it lands on its head. And then it pokes down a little bit, and you see that when it tries to pull its beak up, it's trying to rip something out with it. And you see like a bit of its soul kind of get ripped up and chewed up by the hummingbird, and the hummingbird flies away.
That's very effective.
You know, Aztec warriors believed that when you died in battle, you would be reborn as a hummingbird.
I'm going the psycho font rule here.
Anyway.
The psychophants. This is like the surveyors, the reapers of death. Anyway, yeah, it's great. Strawn.
That's my turn.
Ready?
Yeah. Disadvantage. Wow.
Hey!
Wow. All right. Yeah.
Charm and
That,
strong.
that hits. That's an 18. That hits.
Ooh.
You just like look into like you don't even look to the side. You just start blasting out. You just keep blasting out from the same position. It's like
So
I'm not moving my arm.
anyway, I just started blasting.
and like more chunks of this guy just start getting hit out. Ah, it's great. There's this bloody chunks all behind him, kind of splattered out like a modern art painting. This one is going to just like stop shooting him, and it just like starts to slam down his giant war pick, and they miss entirely again. Where was this when you guys were gonna die? It's so weird.
This is revenge for Easthaven. Easthaven is in the fucking Code of Foundry right now, just like grabbing dice and just mixing them
He's
all up right
in.
now. Yeah.
This time he tries to go like a side swing, and John Smith and Strawn. Well, Strawn doesn't need to move out of the way because John Smith just kind of like backs down a little bit, but without realizing it, his shield kind of got in the way and tanked it off, and it pushed the giant war pick up just enough that it slammed straight into the mast right above Strawn's head. Strawn doesn't flinch. Aralia.
How many of us have been hit?
No one.
Nobody.
0?
Nobody's been hit.
I'm gonna fucking chaos bolt.
Everybody's gonna get hit.
You get chaos bolt. You get chaos bolt. Nobody gets chaos
Ooh,
bolt.
no one gets chaos bolt.
No one gets chaos bolt as you let out like this massive bolt of what could be anything, really, and it goes flinging off into the sky and sets one of the masts on acid, and you realize, oh, that's what it was.
I let go too soon.
We'll have to repair that.
That was the Duergar.
Right, and their famous acid damage.
Yeah.
They had
yeah.
they had upset tummy.
This one over here is going to try to just well, I won't. Fuck it. Fate doesn't want you to die. I'm attacking the big one. And tries to slam down its war pick down on Indigo, which fails entirely.
Catches the war pick, pushes it
Yeah.
back.
Literally
what is up with
literally
this?
puts up one finger, stops it midair. Like, no. No.
Like
Speaking
Neo
of
in the
Indigo.
Matrix.
Speaking of Indigo,
Speaking
You
of
can
Indigo,
do
roll
that
damage.
bonus damage.
Speaking of speaking,
10
Indigo,
points
Indigo.
of bludgeoning damage, Hunter's
It-
Mark damage,
I guess
Infused
if you
strike.
really want.
12. Yep. Stigarius can see me now. Infused strike damage. Another 2 points
Sure,
of
if
cold
you want.
damage.
Yeah.
And bonus action, I whistle and then in Draconic say, "Get the other one."
Yeah, so it's just like it starts tumbling down backwards and the entire boat shakes as you hear cracks in ice around the boat as its form starts to shift and get smaller and smaller to its normal size before eventually that same hummingbird comes back, lands
Piece
on
of
its
shit
body,
on his forehead.
and then its beak opens up very wide as its mouth enlarges, bites the entire body. Its body phases through its physical beak that you can see, and then just kind of flies off.
I'm going to pretend I didn't see that.
And then you just hear like, "Brup, brup, 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 brup," and then Stigarius just fucking goes for a bite.
Nice.
Only an 11. Doesn't hit.
Yeah, that's not going to hit, unfortunately. So, John Smith.
Stigarius gets it.
Okay, the third time's the charm. Let's see if I can miss 6 attacks out of 6.
You hit it with a Tola Dead once.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I hit that thing.
That's okay. The gavel hits.
Gavel does hit. Roll damage.
Justice. Finally, more 2 damage. The
7.
Seven
Thank you.
damage. And you just see, like, what the fuck happened with the, oh shit, and it's just like this gavel spins around and like kneecaps the motherfucker, breaking it. Oh,
I thought we just agreed that we were going to pretend that didn't happen.
okay.
Anyway, Toll the Dead.
We're going to need you to sign an NDA.
All right, go ahead, throw it out. Wisdom saving throw. Does not succeed.
Ooh,
Roll that
pretty good,
damage.
pretty good.
You clicked alt, right? Yeah. You
Yep.
did.
Oh yeah, baby. Okay. That's hot.
Yeah, so you just like you start seeing these necrotic like twinge, like his skin gets darkened and his veins grow black with ichor as he's just like, oh, and he's on death's door.
I really wish you would attack me at least once. I'm just saying this. Anyway, next.
Strawn.
Chat, Discord chat.
Yeah.
That's me right now as I turn the fuck around and where the fuck is the quick button for it? Oh, there we go.
That gif has the same like feeling as Neji going Byakugan.
All right, wisdom saving throw.
Oh, well, it took half
I
damage.
think it's still half damage, yeah, for dissonant
Yeah.
whispers. Jesus. What are the whispers? I want to know what the whispers are.
Unintelligible, like eldritch whispers, and then like faint, like demon baby cries and shit in the background.
And
That was the name of my band.
he hears that. He's just like, hey, I don't want to end up in the bird. I don't want to end up in the bird. I don't want to. And then he's just like, his eyes roll back in the back of his head, and he just starts falling back. And just starts shrinking in size as we bring an end to combat. And it's about this point where the bird comes back. It looks at each and every one of you. Goes, and then
That's not the sound a hummingbird makes.
it opens its massive,
Hummingbirds.
yeah, opens its massive beak that enlarges to encompass the entire dwarf, chomps down, leaving the body behind, but taking the soul with it. It looks its beak up at you, John Smith.
Mm-hmm.
And you just like hear in your mind, insurance has been collected, and it starts flying off.
Excellent. I didn't realize that they were our customers. That might pose a problem.
And that is actually a good time for tonight, at least for now,
Yes.
to bring it to an end.